That's what it is identified as. So I tried to talk to you. I didn't insult you.
You did.
You decided to lie about me, and then you started rampage muting me because you said I lied about what you said when I never did. Right? So look, if you want to be a man, a big boy, all you have to do is admit when you're wrong. Right? It's not that hard. Okay? It sucks for like
I already
5
did
minutes.
that.
Wait,
okay?
hang on.
I already said, I think
But
that
I
you were
guess
lying.
you
You think
don't.
that
I guess
was
here
lying.
we go. Here we
It
go.
cancels
Back to
out.
child
We
popularism.
might both be wrong. We might both be right.
And reject God.
I already
Right?
said this.
How dare God correct me?
Buffalo.
It's like you need a God. You want a God for
Weren't
when
you
you
here
make a
when I did it?
mistake.
When
I make mistakes, I need a God. Okay, because
Hang
I'm
on,
not
against-
God. I make mistakes.
Against Insanity, weren't you here when I said that we might both be wrong and we might both be right?
No, then you might. Who and what relevance does that have, dude? You've
I might
already
be wrong.
objectively
I've
wrong.
already admitted that I might be wrong. You're telling
Can
me
you
to do something I
apologize? Can you
already did.
identify the sufficient evidence in this case and identify your own misdeed and then do something about it? That's what adults do. Good Lord.
Change the title.
Yeah, that's
All right,
a really
so
good
can we-
position. I
can we please-
can respect ignoring the proposition because everything else is going to outline you as a liar. So I respect that technique because there's nothing left for you to do except for apologize.
All right, can we move on now? I can't figure out how to change the name of my room now.
If you want to do that, I guess then all the things that you were so bad about seem meaningless all of a sudden. I guess you didn't really care about that, did you?
I didn't say any of that. See, this is what I meant by okay. Let's go with instead of lying, let's go with you misrepresented my position.
Are you telling me I'm a liar now?
No. I'm saying
Right,
not.
so you don't have a lot of options here. The
just
menu's
said
got
not
only
that
a couple pieces of
I
food
just
on
said
the menu.
let's not say that. I said let's
So if you
not
want
say
to fight
that.
with me whether
What
we're
I
going to
said
eat pizza
was-
or ice cream, I think it's kind of ridiculous if you're going to say I wanted pizza and I say you said you wanted pizza and you say how dare you say I obviously wanted fucking ice cream and then I say like okay, but I think you said you want pizza. You said well no you're a liar. It's just fucking stupid.
Buffalo.
Change the name of the
Buffalo.
room. Sit name.
Buffalo.
Don't buffalo me, dude. You don't got nothing for me against insanity. Your entire worldview is a joke. It's a shambled joke, and you like the drama. So don't talk to me, okay? Like you've got nothing. You've got nothing, and you're not the interlocutor here. You weren't involved. You sat by and ate popcorn. Okay. Don't open your mouth now. Why do you think you have like an ability to interject? Do you have a response?
I
that's
funny.
really good.
I just find it funny how you're being incredibly.
I don't give a
honest
random shit what you think is funny. I don't care. You don't have a justification for why you're interjecting. You sat by and ate popcorn, dude. Like,
Welcome back to the equation for gravity.
That's what I thought.
That's me.
All right, so Buffalo, can you what is God, by the way? So what is God?
You're just the ultimate being. That's it.
Ultimates are imaginary. They're subjective only. So
okay. How do you know that?
God?
How do you know that?
All ultimates are subjective only.
How do you know that?
By definition.
There cannot be all ultimates. There can only
Always
be one.
running
How do you know that
tag is
definition is accurate? Go ahead.
Buffalo's trying to run tag.
Yeah, you just accept whatever definition you prefer. So,
no,
I mean, we already have examples of definitions in the dictionaries being changed at liberty.
Sure,
dude.
They change
whatever they want it goes. So how do you know your definition's accurate, bro?
Because it's in the dictionary, and philosophy uses it that
so the
way.
one you like, that's the one you want. Okay.
Well, I mean, all of them are imaginary. You can't find...
I guess that's it. I guess the show's
Dude,
over.
I was in the middle of a sentence there. You cannot find a definition for universal that is concrete.
What does it matter? Okay. You say, so says you. How do you know that? How do you know that you're correct about your assertions about all dictionaries? How do you know that?
I've gone and looked for it. All universal definitions are imaginary.
Because you said I experienced the thing, which could have never happened in the first place. You could be a solipsist. Like, there's plenty of problems with that, right? So we're just supposed to trust you and F anyone who comes and says
no, you don't have to trust me.
Wrong.
You can go look. Just go look at it.
I think it actually works. The ultimate being is just one ultimate being.
Oh, right? Are beings made of stuff?
I don't know. They might be made of stuff. They might be made of spiritual material. I don't know. Spiritual essences.
Demonstrate
it can be
spirit.
The case that metaphysically,
Stop.
even if it
you
wasn't
got
the
issues.
case,
You got issues. Demonstrate spirit to exist.
no, that's just your narrative, right? You're just a
Demonstrate
selfish
spirit to
atheist that
exist.
wants to lie about every proposition
you got
represented as
issues,
solid
man.
concrete, and it's totally nonsense.
Donald,
Demonstrate spirit to exist.
Donald,
So it doesn't matter.
Donald.
Even if it was the case
Hang on. Let Transcendence go.
they could not be, in your worldview, predication doesn't mean anything.
Okay, Transcendence, what were you saying?
Donald, look, I'm going to try to be... Okay, I'm going to try to do this from a neutral perspective. Look, there has to be something that's an ultimate, because
No, dude, you're just over talking me because you think I don't
imaginary.
have an argument, and I do have an argument. I have the argument. The one that works is the one
Buffalo,
where
you're
his worldview
I like
doesn't allow him to
demonstration. Do you got a
predicate any
demonstration?
conclusion. So you want
Do
to
you got a demonstration of
overtalk
anything
the
ultimate?
one salient argument that makes him look like what he is, a sophist trying to sell you nonsense. He's a nonsense
Do you have a
salesman, and you're
demonstration of
lying.
anything ultimate?
Well, how do you know that, dude? What is your
was a
basis for your
question. I asked you a
absolute
question.
grasp on the concept?
Hey, dude,
Buffalo
Is it your
tag
feelings?
doesn't work.
That's stupid. Sorry. That's stupid. If I said I feel God, shut up. You don't need to talk to theists. You're an idiot. I'm right. You're wrong. I just feel like it. That's what you're arguing.
Buffalo,
you
you're trying to
demonstrate-
run tag. It's 2024. Stop using
Yeah,
tag.
you're just
Yeah,
upset.
stop
I
using
don't even
tag.
know where
So
you're coming
Buffalo.
from. If you're a Christian, then you need to get off my
Buffalo.
back
Buffalo.
immediately.
Buffalo, can you demonstrate anything ultimate?
So much for that nonsense. And I hope you don't do it
Buffalo.
again. G equals
Buffalo.
MC non blah blah.
Buffalo!
I hope you don't do that again because it'll hurt you. Which it should.
Buffalo! Buffalo, can you
Yeah.
hear me? Buffalo,
I
can
guess.
you hear me?
I can hear you saying things. Are you
Okay,
gonna
so
predicate
listen to the
something? 'Cause I don't
words.
need to obey that.
Listen,
all of a sudden.
listen to my words. Listen. Can you demonstrate anything ultimate?
Do I need to demonstrate anything ultimate for there to
I
be
don't
an
believe
ultimate?
in anything unless it can be demonstrated.
Do you believe predication means anything?
It's
we come
subjective
to a
only,
conclusion
so
with
it's
predication?
imaginary.
Donald, that doesn't make sense either, because you live in a reality where not everything in your reality is proven, but you still have faith.
I never
that
said
things are
proven,
working.
and I don't
It's
have
not
faith.
even about that. It's that idea that he can put something and something else happens and he gets a conclusion that's reliable. That's the Christian worldview. That only exists in the Christian worldview.
Oh,
It
That's
cannot
true.
possibly exist in
That's
the
not
atheist
true.
world.
That's not true.
How in the world are you going to tell me
What is
that
happening this
laws of logic and predication establish concrete conclusions when you don't have anything to
They
justify the
don't.
proposition that you can
They
access in a
don't.
way that you can't be wrong to?
They don't.
Okay, so if you don't, it don't mean anything that I don't demonstrate something. It can still be true in your worldview. That's
No,
your
I don't
world. That's
believe
not our
it
world.
unless
we live in a
I-
reality that-
Stop.
we
Well,
live in
that's
a reality
lame.
that
That's
we do
hella
not see the
lame. You need a
full
better
purpose.
worldview where
Okay.
you can prove stuff.
Lock him out of the room. So, I don't believe anything that cannot be demonstrated. If you cannot demonstrate it, I will never believe it.
Okay, I don't care what your criterion is for you believing a thing. The idea that in your worldview predication equals demonstration.
I never said
only
that.
exists-
That is a misrepresentation of my position.
Excellent.
So
So,
if
why
tree-
would you
so if
need me to
tree
demonstrate to you that
falls
God
down on the
exists?
ground, it makes a loud
Because
noise miles away, but we
I-
can't hear it. You don't believe it?
I want to stop. I want to understand what is facts. And if God is a fact, I want to understand it. So if you can demonstrate it, I'll believe in it.
Yeah, but your worldview, it does. You getting
It's
to
limited. You have
facts.
a limited
You,
worldview.
hold on.
Listen.
You getting the facts is a convoluted formula.
That's not
Because
true.
In your worldview, predication doesn't lead to solid conclusions about matters.
It doesn't have.
Neither
It doesn't.
my worldview has nothing to do with facts. So you can
Yeah.
just get that
How
out
do
of
you
your head.
know my worldview doesn't have anything to do with facts?
I never
When
said
in your
that.
worldview, that conclusion you can't access in a way that you can't be wrong, right?
I
That's
don't
your
care if I
worldview.
can't be wrong. I don't care if I
No,
don't care
well,
about
if you can be
stop
wrong about the
now.
entire
Stop
proposition,
now.
how do you know
Stop.
you're right?
Stop now.
Yeah, you
I-
gotta yell.
stop
You're like a little
now.
kid. Like, stop
Wait,
telling me
Donald,
the thing that makes
mute
sense.
him
I
and
need
talk.
to
Don't
respond
tell
to
me something that
something.
makes sense. It's like,
Just mute him.
There's two of you talking, and I
So
can't hear
embarrassing.
either of you. So
What a
listen.
sham, dude. Why would I even-
Would you mind shutting up for 1 minute?
why,
So-
when I'm winning so conclusively,
you're not
why would
winning
I shut up about the
anything. You're
conclusion
just
about
you're just
Christianity being
spouting.
true?
Can you let Donald talk?
You're just
my
spouting.
Now you're just yelling. You weren't here. You don't know what happened.
It doesn't
Right.
matter.
I've been
It doesn't matter.
listening
It
on
doesn't.
and you've been talking over
Oh,
Donald.
okay.
this
So you
entire
didn't listen
time.
to the part that I outlined where his
Dude,
world
would you
in his
mind-
world.
would
Yeah,
you
now he's
mind-
over talking.
Donald,
you
you
mind-
have perms here. Donald, you have perms here. You can just use them.
I know, but I'm live streaming this, so why would I do that? I want him to look as ridiculous.
Fantastic.
My
Thank God.
God.
I want him to look as ridiculous as possible.
Buffalo,
That's
but
why I record
Buffalo,
this
I'm not
shit.
ridiculous when in my
Buffalo, you gotta
worldview,
give Donald
predication
some
actually
time to
means
speak, or
something.
nothing's gonna
In
be
my
accomplished.
worldview, in the Christian worldview, predication means things. Arguments mean things. Evidence
No, they
means
don't.
things.
No,
Demonstration means things. And you
Demonstration means
how do you
something.
know that?
Arguments don't.
You just got done screaming over your microphone. I said, "Could you be wrong about everything that you understand about the Christian worldview?" You said, "Yeah, I don't
Can't be
care
wrong
that I
about-
can be
I never
wrong.
said that.
I don't
never said
care that I can be completely wrong."
I never said that, dude. I never said
You
that I can be.
You just
Listen,
yelled it at the audience.
listen,
I'm not
okay,
the only one
listen,
who heard you
listen.
say that.
listen. I never said that I could be wrong about
And they
everything.
lie. It's the most important point.
Dude, would you mind shutting up for 30 seconds? I never
Yeah.
said that I never said that I could be wrong about everything that I know. I cannot be wrong about everything that I know. There are certain things that I
Okay.
know. Would you mind letting me finish this one sentence? There are certain things that I know that are not wrong, and I can demonstrate that.
How do you know that you're right about it again?
I can demonstrate it.
How do you know you're demonstrating it?
Guys, just
That,
How do you
that is an
demonstrate
ignorant
things
fucking
matter?
question.
Like
The
what?
demonstration is the thing that you're talking about.
Well,
Talk
you're
about
just
the
saying.
demonstration.
You're just saying. I experience things with sense perception.
No.
Okay.
Demonstrations.
Fantastic. Right.
No, stop.
Oh, I thought that I had to shut up while you talk. But then when I have a rebuttal, you just interject.
Okay, so I'm
real
gonna mute
You're
you.
not
This
nice.
is important.
rebuttaling
I
him.
thought
I'm gonna
that.
mute you because this is important. This is important. You have to hear this, and I want it on my YouTubes. So, no, demonstrations are objective. My opinion about a demonstration is irrelevant as all fuck. All right, the demonstration is objective.
Yeah, is it my turn to talk now? Can we investigate your worldview without you spurging out, losing your mind, and getting
My
out of
worldview
control?
is don't use
Spurt
those
it out,
insulting
what a
words,
Okay, so
please.
let's try. Can I try, or is it just gonna happen again?
I mean, we're trying to have a conversation and you won't stop talking, so every now and then I need
so
to...
now it's the narrative. Yeah, that's what I thought. Anyway, so like as I was addressing, right? You say you know things that you're incontrovertibly wrong about, certain propositions, and all I asked you was, how did you get to that knowledge?
No, I
then?
never
How
said
did
that.
you
You're
get to that?
misrepresenting me again. You
So-
are
so is it-
misrepresenting me
so can
again.
I talk? Is it the case, yes or no, that you know
No,
propositions
No, you
that
can't talk
can't
right
be
now.
wrong
You
about,
can't
yes
talk
or
right
no?
now. No! Because you misrepresented what I said, you cannot talk right now. You misrepresented what I said, so everything that you say after you said the misrepresentation is false.
Okay, cool. So that's fine. That's fine. We'll grant you that every time. Do you know any propositions in a way that you can't be wrong about them?
Propositions? Yeah, probably.
Oh, okay, so there are some propositions you can't be wrong about.
Yeah, probably. Like, I can say that the electromagnetic field exists.
Great, dude. So how did you know that you can't be wrong about that?
I can demonstrate it.
Okay, how'd you know you demonstrated it?
What?
I don't even know what that means. Are you trying to argue from solipsism? Because if you are,
I'm
you're
asking you, how is it that you came to the
doesn't
knowledge
answer the
that
question
you have
I was
made a
just saying.
demonstration in a
Because I
satisfactory
built-
way? How do you
because I-
know?
Because I built an experiment. That's the
Well, that's
demonstration.
just that you're just saying you're circularly arguing that you did
I'm
it because you
not.
did it. Okay.
There is
so,
no circuit. Stop.
So now you're spurging out, dude. Now you're spurging out. And
You
Holy
must
shit.
allow
He's
me to
purposely pushing him to the
respond.
right.
You must allow me to respond. That's how a conversation works. You misrepresented me again. Like I said before, demonstrations are objective. There is no way around that. The objective is not circular. A demonstration is not circular.
that's fantastic. How do you know that it was demonstrated? Go ahead.
Because I did it, and I can.
So
I
you
can
just
get
assert a proposition as a carte blanche.
I would like to finish my sentence, you complete and utter. So, I know I've built a demonstration because I can show other people and they can come to the same conclusion as me from the demonstration. So yes, I know I built the demonstration because I can show other people.
Yeah, I don't know those people exist. I don't know that you know they exist.
So you're just
or that-
arguing from
at all.
no, stop. You're just arguing from solipsism. I'm done. If you are just arguing from solipsism, you can just spout whatever nonsense you want on my YouTube channel, but I'm fucking done because solipsism is unfalsifiable. I don't care about solipsism. So just spout your nonsense.
Yeah,
I'm going to go
yeah.
smoke a cigarette.
Okay, you
Okay, I wasn't quite done. You spout your nonsense. I'm going to go smoke a cigarette and fuck off.
Yeah, it sounds excellent. Now I can actually have like a dialogue
Yeah, all
about
you
something
want.
reasonable,
No, you can spout your nonsense.
other than I don't care about hard philosophical problems that other people identify that are professional philosophers who observe. There's no way to assert that I actually know people exist outside myself. Their attitudes about it are not involved. They identify the hard problem of solipsism. You just put up an emotional bouquet for your dumb viewers who, like, I guess presumably seem to think you care about their level of intelligence. You obviously don't, because it's not an argument. So you presumably want these people not to have critical thinking. You're leading them not into a world of critical thinking where they parse things like, he said he knows it, but he also has no way to know that, right? It's not available. And lots of philosophers are saying, we really can't prove this. I don't know. I don't understand how your viewers are not able to understand. Like, that's not an honest way to proceed with a conclusion about the world, especially the one where, like, God exists, okay? You can't build your proposition that you know God doesn't exist, or you have any inkling as to the idea that God does not exist in a rational means, because you did a demonstration that you're sure happened because someone that may exist saw it. It's like, yeah, that's pretty piss poor. That is the bottom of the barrel when it comes to justifications for propositions of knowledge, okay? Which is why we asked you, how do you know that? How do you know it, okay? You're just saying, I just do, don't ask. Don't, you idiots. How dare you bring up solicism? How dare you approach my high tower with your simple inquiry as to how I know things? Yeah, sorry, my bad. I guess I need to be more frightened when I approach Mordor with, like, my simple question of, like, do you actually fucking know that? The answer is no, you don't. You don't know that. You just presume it, and then you get angry when Christians presume. There's probably evidence to the contrary. In fact, the idea that we have to frustratingly accept that people we see and interact with don't exist is probably the absurdity, not the other way around. So if they do exist, how can we know this? Well, it isn't through sense perception. It isn't through a bunch of scientific this and that. It can only be because God has made the things which are to be intelligible, such that when we interact with.
All right. Does anybody else want to talk? Because he's just spouting nonsense. But if nobody else wants to talk, I would love to put this on my YouTube channel.
I was gonna ask him something. Okay.
Go ahead. Go ahead and ask him. You have to ask him when he's muted because he never stops
is anybody
talking.
else here, or is it just me?
No, there's a couple other people here, but it doesn't matter.
I'm right here too.
All right, nice. So
I'm gonna unmute you as soon as he asks his question, Buffalo.
How do we know? So okay,
Can you explain, James? Can you explain what was going on between Buffalo and Donald?
Well, hang on.
Can you make it a bit summary?
I can try at least. I can try at least.
Here in a sec. After this question.
So
after
I came in, and they both were screaming at each other. They both were calling each other a liar. They both were calling each other a dick. They both were going off on each other. Apparently, Buffalo called Donald a dick and said that he lied about something.
No, I never did. I never did. Okay, so now you're misfiguring the entire interaction.
Yeah, it was me.
Not only Donald, but now you have repeated the same thing.
Stop.
I'm just
so I'm the one that called it. I called him a dick first, but he insulted me.
I came in,
dude,
okay?
hang on one sec. So
if
I called
it's
him
wrong, then tell me it's wrong, and that's fair.
Oh fuck. Sorry. So I called him a dick first. Sorry about that. I called him a dick first.
Okay.
Yep.
Sorry about that. I was muted. I was trying to say I was muted. But okay. But I want to hear Transcendence question for Buffalo.
I didn't have a question for Buffalo. I'm just listening, guys, because right now I'm not even sure where to interject because it's just we're not actually making compromising potentialities for an upward trajectory.
I mean, you never stop talking. Others need to talk too.
It's the narrative, okay? You don't respect when I rebuttal anytime. Anytime we've been talking, I have shut my mouth and let you respond on multiple occasions.
But
for me, I don't know about you.
But see, right now. So you don't do it all the time. Occasionally, we need to interject, and you won't stop talking, so I have to mute you. I apologize. I don't like doing it, but
I don't know. That seems true, but there seems to be an other usage of your
right there. I was in the middle of a sentence. Right there, I was in the middle of a sentence. That's what I'm talking about.
Great. So anyway, the other usages of the mute button have also been for other reasons. Like, I don't know, I'm responding to your inquiry in a sound way and you don't like
Is
it. Right?
there any way that we can move past the meta? Because that'd be amazing.
With a sophist, no. The sophist doesn't like honesty or truth or facts.
Stop calling
The
me a
sophist likes what they like.
sophist. You're mispronouncing the word. It's sophist. Stop
Okay.
calling me that.
I'm
I am
an
not a
American,
sophist.
and I use the American language, the English language in America, and I can use it with whatever type of inflection or mispronunciation I please.
Fuck the pronounce. Fine.
Thanks for your valuable interjection.
Okay.
Right?
So fine,
So
I
we
retract.
don't seem to find much
Oh my
value.
god! See, this is what I'm talking about. You never stop talking. So I retract this statement. I apologize. So, can we move past the meta, please? That'd be amazing.
Well, I don't know. Ask yourself.
All you have to do is stop lying about me. You're just
I
lying
don't think
about me.
this is only on me, Donald. I don't know if you've noticed. It's also you, right?
I mean, I'm the
You might want to
moderator.
involve yourself. Right?
I mean, I'm the moderator, so I have to moderate the room.
Oh, okay.
If a person will not allow conversations, I have to stop them every now and then. So, is there anybody else who wants to talk, or should we
Well, that's
just
an
let...
interesting idea. Maybe you should moderate yourself.
I said we just move on to another topic because we're not getting anywhere.
All right, so is there anybody else on stage who believes in God besides Buffalo? All right, well then this is just going to be boring for my YouTubes. Buffalo, you want
It
to stop
happens.
nonsense?
I mean, that's kind of the point of
What
reality.
what
Sometimes you don't get
nonsense?
what you
The
want.
idea, the inquiry I gave you was sufficient. How do you know things you don't like that I asked you it? Okay, well, for your YouTube's purposes, hey, you might want to ask this guy if he knows anything. In a way, he can't be wrong about it. And when he says he
Yeah.
is, you ask him why. It's really not that hard.
Because
Wait,
I can
okay,
demonstrate it.
Hang on.
Well, that's a circular justification.
It's not. Demonstrations are
How
not
do you
circular.
know how do you know you demonstrated it? We'll go back to the same
That's
thing. Where you interrupted
solipsism.
and
I don't
muted
care about
me. Remember that?
solipsism. I don't care about solipsism. People
I don't care
exist.
that you don't care. It's the hard problem of solipsism. Have you
That's
solved
why
it?
it's unfalsifiable, so we can
What
ignore
do you
it.
mean unfalsifiable? What regard does this have to do with the problem of solipsism?
It's unfalsifiable.
No,
So
dude,
can't-
you're not able to assert whether you do know the proposition to be true that people exist.
that's not
Unless you
true.
solved it. Right?
That's not true.
Okay, how
people
do you know
exist.
that how do you know you interact with people? How do you know?
Because I was not the Jews and the Nazis at the same time.
Right. So thank you, YouTube. It's been great. I thank you for coming. I hope you have a great Christmas.
So that's how I know that solipsism is not true. Did he just leave? Great.
Yes.
Alright, I might stop recording on YouTube. I don't know. I think that it affects people coming in. I think fewer people come in when the thing says that I'm streaming on YouTube.
Yes. I would agree.
Yep.
So, do any of you care about solipsism?
To be honest, I'm not even sure what it is. So
Solipsism is the idea that you can't know anything outside of your own mind, or you're the only mind that exists, and every other person that you encounter is just a part of your own imagination.
Isn't that okay? Isn't that disproven the second I pick up a rock that's external to myself and throw it at another person, I see the damage that it inflicts on that other person?
I mean, I feel like it's demonstrated to not be true in many ways, but they say that it's unfalsifiable. I disagree.
It's not. Yeah. No. With the example I just gave, I'm pretty sure I just disproved it. So.
Yeah, I agree with you. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Plus, I mean, a past exists before I was born.
Yeah. Correct.
I mean, I was born to a person who existed.
Before yourself. Yes. Yes. You age, you get older, you were once a child, you were once a baby, and now you're a fully grown man. Like there's a sort of like linear stepping stone that's happening here. So I mean, obviously that all can't exist in your brain.
Also, no system is without glitches. If we were in a computer system, gravity would stop working every now and then.
Mm-hmm.
I hate the argument from solipsism. It drives me bonkers.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, so everybody here is like not with family for Christmas. Do you guys care about Christmas?
I'm at my family home.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
I don't
Like,
travel well.
Yeah. My family's all just kind of. I think they're all in my parents' room watching a movie. My younger brothers and my parents. I'm just kind of in my little hobbit hole, just kind of being a Discord moderator, to put it lightly.
I didn't know you were a moderator.
I'm not. I'm kidding.
Oh. Okay. I can make you a moderator. You want to be a moderator in my room?
Sure. Let's go.
Don't kick anybody. I
Yeah,
love
no.
it when the Christians come around and spout nonsense, and it makes me smile.
Mm-hmm.
I don't even know if I can make you a moderator. I don't know how. I've never done that before.
So scroll up and pay attention to the room owner commands. It's /add room mod, no spaces, and then just against insanity.
Oh, I hate typing. That didn't work. I copied the thing, it didn't work. /add moderator. Oh. I've never done this before. Oh, alright. Showing my freaking stupidity online. Add room mod. Oh shoot, it's different. Add room mod. Move. Add room mod. Oh, no spaces. Space at insanity. Against. Sorry, against. There it is. Bam. Excellent. Welcome back, Hoff.
Oh wait, no, you didn't do it right.
Oh, no.
No add. It's just you also didn't do /add room mod and then my name.
Got it.
No add. Yeah, it's like again. It says it. It says it on the top of the screen. It says it on the top of the side chat.
I don't read well.
God, all you have to do is scroll up. It's not that hard.
Yeah. I don't read well. Add room mod. Is that what it did? Is that right? It worked?
No.
No.
What? Hang on. Let me try.
Add room mod. Do I need the dash? I don't think I do. Welcome geopolitical talk.
Okay. /add room mod. It should automatically complete it for you.
Mod space. Oh, user. It says user now.
Yes, and then
That's
type in against insanity. Yeah. Type in @ against insanity. There we go. It worked.
Insanity. You mellowed out over the years a lot.
Thank you.
Will you be a moderator when I shut down the room and then open it again and you come back? Will you still be a moderator?
Yes, I should be.
Cool. I don't even know you. Are you a good moderator?
I'd like to think so.
Don't kick people, please, at all.
Uh-huh.
And mute only when it's like super necessary. I like for them to go nonsensical spouting. It's good for the YouTubes.
You got it.
So geopolitical, do you believe in God?
Yes.
Yes. Which God?
Which God? The one God.
Oh God. Okay, what is God?
What is God? Well, I have my own definition.
That's what I'm asking about. That's exactly what I'm asking about, because every believer has a unique definition of God that they believe in. So, what is yours?
The whole existence is God.
Does your God possess consciousness?
But that's the question. So, When you think about consciousness, you think about like human mind and the
Well,
brains
hang
and
on, one
blah
sec.
blah blah.
One sec. It was a
But the
yes or no.
thing is,
It was a yes or no question.
I cannot prove you it has consciousness or not, but
That
it
doesn't matter right
can
now. That's not the
communicate with
question right now. So I don't care about proving it. I don't even care about that word. But do you believe that your God possesses consciousness?
I don't think so, but
Don't think so. So your God makes no choices.
no.
So does your God interact with humanity in any way?
Obviously.
Obviously?
What do you mean by interacting? Can you explain it?
Like, if I were to go to Against's house, is it okay if I use you as an example, Against?
Yeah, go ahead.
All right. If I also welcome Cuminator.
Nice.
So if I were to go to Against Insanity's house and grab his arm and lift it up, I have interacted with his arm. Does God interact with humanity in any way? Doesn't have to be that way. It doesn't have to be like lifting the arm, but in any way.
Yes.
How?
Well, when you say anywhere, then yes.
Okay, but how?
So everything, the movements,
So are you
the
saying?
humans.
Are you trying to say that God sustains everything?
No. What I'm saying is, God is, designed itself that way. The human will always have conflict, hatred, anger, love, peace, fighting, war. So yes, it is interacting.
Okay, so your
You
God
cannot
is anger,
escape
war.
from the violence and conflict.
So your God is anger, war, and conflict.
God is what?
So your God is anger, war, and conflict.
No, God is both good and bad in my definition.
Well, all right.
Nothing is only good or only bad. It's always both good and bad.
All right. So, I don't really have I didn't really get a definition of the God. You just said a bunch of things that the God does, not what the God.
You started asking questions. I was explaining.
Well, no, you gave me a whole bunch of stuff that God does. You didn't tell me what God is.
Yeah, but you paused me and you asked me only specific question. If I say anything else, you should stop.
All right. Well, let's get back to your definition of God then.
So my whole definition would be the whole existence is God, and it can communicate with you. Okay.
Wait. How can it communicate if it has no consciousness? How does it? Without a consciousness, how does it communicate?
As I said, it does have or not. I have no idea. Okay, more likely it doesn't have, but it does communicate with you through science if you have faith enough.
It has a consciousness then.
Well, see, it's just a human thinking has a consciousness thing. Without consciousness, you cannot talk.
I just need to know if the thing is aware of its surroundings.
So, what?
Is the thing aware of its surroundings?
That I cannot tell you, but what I can tell you, it does communicate with you.
Okay, is it possible to communicate with something that has no consciousness?
Well, see, exactly, right? So you're thinking in a human perspective, because you saw people having consciousness, that's why they're able to talk. But in the God matter, you can't, talk in a similar way as a human. Then, God might have consciousness, might not. Maybe the whole existence is designed as a brain.
So
you have no idea.
So if it's a brain, it has a consciousness.
As I said, it might be.
Oh my God! So I still need you to answer my question. How can you communicate?
What?
How can you communicate with something that has no consciousness?
Well, see, you asking me the proof, right?
No,
Well,
I'm
okay, the
asking
whole
you a
existence.
completely different question.
Mm-hmm.
How can you communicate with
Well-
something that has no consciousness?
Well, see, that depends, right? Like, you, again, thinking in a human way.
Oh my god.
Maybe there is something
Dude,
else
Dude.
that
dude,
you can
come on.
communicate.
Alright, hang on one
Come
sec.
on, man. It's not this hard.
Geopolitical wants to say something. Go
No,
ahead.
it is not hard.
Hang on,
I'm
Geopolitical
saying-
wants to say something. Hang on one second. Geopolitical, go ahead.
I'm saying.
Wait, not.
that
Oh, go ahead.
people-
Sorry.
See, only
Someone else.
you talk about
Someone else
consciousness.
spoke. I got the names wrong. Somebody else
Yeah,
spoke.
I did.
Sorry
I
about
was
that.
saying-
Against.
fine.
Go ahead. My apologies.
Yeah, no, it's fine. I was saying, like he's all he's doing is kind of tap dancing around the question, if that makes sense. And
Oh, sure.
he's not exactly he's not exactly giving you a direct answer, probably because he doesn't know it himself.
Well, I know. That's the point of the room.
Well, I just told you I don't know myself. That's exactly why you
I know.
said maybe.
So, my next question is, why do you believe in something that you don't know anything about?
Yeah, but carefully listen to the words I'm saying, okay? Yeah, what is the question again?
So, why do you believe in something that you don't know anything about?
I do know things. That's why I believe in it.
Oh my god, dude, you're not giving him anything to work with. You're killing me.
No, see.
You just said that you don't know anything about this thing. So, what do you know about this thing?
Well, when you say you don't know nothing, that's not nothing. I
Okay,
I
what
don't
do you
something.
know? What is it that
I
you do know?
Well, that's what I'm saying. So, see, as I said, I have experienced that I can communicate with God and through the science and all.
I don't care about
Right.
experience. That's not evidence for anything.
I
Experience.
can't-
Stop.
You
Experience.
don't care.
Stop.
That's
Stop.
fine,
Stop.
but I
Stop.
can.
Stop.
This is like trying to get an answer from a rabbi. It's not going to happen.
Stop, dude. So I don't care about your experience. That's not evidence for anything because other
Well,
religions.
I don't-
Stop talking for 15 more seconds. I promise. It's just 15 seconds.
Who's more strong?
15 seconds.
Okay, tell me.
15 seconds.
Sure.
15 seconds. 15 seconds.
Sure.
Stop talking for
Sure.
15 seconds.
Are you sure?
Okay. Okay. Thank you. Thank you. So every single religion has personal experience as evidence for their God. So if I have to accept your evidence with personal experience, I have to accept their evidence of personal experience. So I don't accept any personal experience as evidence. So we can move on from that.
Well, I'm not talking so you can accept. I'm talking my own experience.
Okay, that's fine for you. It won't work for me.
Sure, if it's not fine for you.
Well, no. Let's move on to
You
something
ask
else.
questions
Is
that
there
you can
is there
answer.
something else that you know about this God?
Yes, that you can have faith and achieve your desires.
Faith is the opposite of knowledge. Desire is a feeling, not knowledge. So, is there anything that you do know about this God?
But I said you can have faith in it and achieve your desires.
I just explained to you how faith is not knowledge and desires are feelings. None of that is knowledge.
What do you mean faith is not knowledge? How is it connected
Faith
to
is
the sentence
believing.
that I said?
Faith. You asked me a question. So, faith is believing something without evidence or reason.
Okay.
So I don't.
Wait.
I don't
You
accept.
said-
Listen,
you said-
one more sentence, honest. One more sentence. I don't accept any position on faith at all. Period. So, just have it. Sorry.
Oh,
Okay,
you
I'm
don't
done.
have to. You don't have to.
Well,
You
yeah,
know, the
but
first line
then
was
you
pretty
don't.
hard.
But then you don't have a reason for. Why do you accept this God on faith?
As I said, I can get my answers through science if I communicate with it.
Oh,
And
you
it's
can
a very
demonstrate
good
God through science?
definition.
Did you just say you can demonstrate God through science?
Sorry, what?
Did you just say that you can demonstrate God through science?
No. Well,
Oh.
I can tell you the existence of God according to my definition is just look around you.
Okay, what's your definition of God?
Sure, I can go for it again. The whole existence is God.
Oh my God.
Okay, it can communicate with you through science and all, and you can have faith in it, and it will make your desires come true.
Do you have a religion?
I don't.
Okay. So, desires or feelings, that's not knowledge.
Mhm.
Feelings are not
What?
knowledge.
What do you mean, like feelings are not knowledge? Oh, if it's not knowledge, then why does it matter?
knowledge is not the only thing that matters. Feelings matter, but they're not knowledge. So feelings.
I'm talking about desire and achieving it. Why are you bringing the knowledge into it?
Well, because I asked you a question about what you know about your God, and you gave me desires, which are not knowledge, and faith, which is not knowledge.
You asked me the definition of my God, and I told you about it.
Well, yeah, but that was the same thing. That was
the other definitions.
But that was the same thing that you said earlier, and I told you that that's not anything to do with knowledge.
That you don't accept it as a definition?
Well, no, it's just nonsense. So, desires.
Well, that's your opinion. Fine.
Desires are human feelings. That's not God.
No, I mean it is. I'm telling you that I can do with it, right? If there is something that can answer my questions, that can fulfill my desires, and that is everywhere, the whole existence, right?
But you're just redefining the. You're just stop. God. 1 sec. You're just redefining the universe as God, and I don't accept that.
Well, I would say whole existence specifically, not the universe, because I think people believe there's multiple universes.
Okay, sure, I accept the multiverse also. So you're just redefining everything that exists as God. I don't accept that.
No, that's different. Everything that exists is God. The whole existence is God is a little bit different.
But I said I don't accept all of existence as God because you're just redefining things that exist as God.
Yeah, the whole existence is God. That's my definition.
I don't accept that.
Okay, you don't accept it? Fine. Of course you don't accept it. I mean...
Geopolitical, what were you trying to say?
I have a question for him. How you said that God fulfills your desires? How?
You can have faith in it.
That's not fulfilling your desires. What do you mean by fulfill your desires?
Don't you get it? That if you have a particular desire, okay, and if you have faith in it for a long enough time, everything takes time, everything needs its time, he will, or she, or whatever, right, to fulfill your desire. And, right, there we go.
Okay, question. So, okay, if you desperately wanted $1 million, right? If you just have
I desire that deeply.
If you just have faith that $1 million, that if you just have faith that one day you will own $1 million, you're saying you seem to be implying that you don't have to work for the $1 million, right? Eventually, the faith will win out, and you will just gain $1 million, correct?
Okay, so now you're asking how does the faith work? So, okay, without working and with working, right? Either way, you can achieve a desire through faith, but working is literally going to decrease the achievement of your desire to a less time than without working. That's just my experience.
Come on. Sorry, that was I was talking to my phone. I was talking to my phone.
Yeah, another thing is, it's also important to work towards your desire. So when you're constantly working towards your desire, the intention of what you want and the concentrate on the desire stays constant. The more the concentrate on the desire and in the same time you're having faith all the time, it will be much faster.
Oh shit. Okay. Sorry, man. Alright, so like I've said over and over and over, desires are human feelings. They have nothing to do with a God. So just saying that you have desires isn't a demonstration that God exists. And all of the, and is the middle of a sentence. What is wrong with you people? So
no, you said that
and I don't accept all of existence as God. You're just redefining everything that exists as God. I don't accept that.
Okay, I also told you, of course, I listened to you multiple times. You don't accept it, I get it. Sure.
So, why do you believe in this thing?
I told you already.
You told me about desires.
Tell me something. Why wouldn't I believe when I can get my answers, when I can talk to God when I can fulfill my desires if I trust in Him,
You
have faith in Him.
because you can
Okay.
because you can fulfill your desires without any gods. Sorry, Gio, go ahead.
Not.
Okay, fine.
Keeps trying to talk.
Oh.
That's me, not him.
Sorry again. I don't see well. I
Yeah, go for
apologize.
it. Go for it.
Against.
Okay, so talk. I have a question. How do you have any objective evidence that your God exists?
As I said, the whole existence, and it's literally in front of you.
That do you have? Looking at
That is
you're-
God
you're
to him.
saying- well, that's not. Well, that's in that case. In that case, he's simply. That's not the same thing. That's not.
No.
In that instance, that's not. In that instance, we would need extra evidence to substantiate that. Talk. Do you have any extra evidence to substantiate the claim that the entire universe is God?
Listen, according to my okay, so now evidence, you're asking, how can you 100% know what I'm saying is a fact and
I don't
not
require 100% certainty about anything.
Well, he's asking evidence, right?
But evidence is not certain. Sorry against.
Okay, sure. Okay,
No,
so
let
evidence,
against say
right?
his thing. I interrupted him. I apologize against.
No, I was simply saying. Yes. I would need something to convince me that your God is real. Something that is objective. Something that can be seen. Something that can be tested. Something that can be proved. Right.
I don't have to
your
see
God-
it. I disagree with the C. Everything else I agree with except for the C. I don't have to see it. Because I can't see
Okay,
dark
so-
matter, but I can demonstrate it exists. I can't see dark energy, but I can demonstrate it exists. I can't see gravity, but I can demonstrate it to exist.
Well, I proved you.
definitions and stuff like that.
Yeah, sorry, that's just me. That's my personal opinion. It doesn't have anything.
Yeah,
to
no,
do-
it's fine. It's fine. It's fine. Okay, so talk. You were saying?
The evidence? Okay. Well, I told you already the existence of it, but if you ask me the evidence, give me more evidence, so how can I believe? So, as for me personally, I believe because of, the communication, the faith and desires, right? You can experiment with it, okay? You can have faith, try to communicate with God, look for the signs, and make sure it's not coincidence. Differentiate from the coincidence and science. You would easily able to, and then try to have trust in the whole existence as God. Okay, you'll see the desires fulfilled, and when it does, then you can believe yes, God is all.
So he asked you for a reason to believe in God, and you said you can trust.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. It's not. I can't give you evidence, to other people. You have to, find it yourself. Actually, that's
I've
the
looked.
only way, I think.
I've looked and looked and looked. There's no evidence out there at all for God.
Yeah, well, you can. No, there is, but it's just you can't share it to others.
Okay.
You have to get it for yourself.
Okay, well then, okay. So
That's
in
silly.
that case, in this case, your existence in God, which you've just demonstrated, is wholly subjective. It is not objective. It's not an objective fact. It is a subjective fact, which means that you're working from a subjective reality and you're projecting it out into objective reality. You don't do that.
Oh well, yeah, sure. But the thing is, there's,
Problematic term,
many
subjective
people,
reality.
they
don't
have
really
different
exist.
definitions that God is beyond space and time, and I disagree on that.
Wait, hang on. You both spoke. Can I get Donald? What'd you say? I'll go to Donald and I'll go to Geo.
No, don't worry about me. Just go to Geo. I was just saying something nonsense. Don't worry about me.
Okay, that's fine.
Yeah, I'm saying like, there's many people who believe the definition that God is beyond space and time, and God is all good and all that. I disagree on that.
Okay, that's fair, but the question then becomes, how does this get us to an objective fact, an objective proof that that your God does exist? Can we can we see him in nature? Can we see him in the world around us? Can we see him
Yes.
physically? Can we hear him? Can we talk to him? Da, 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 da.
See, when I say the whole existence is God, you go for it. Try to see the whole existence. I guess it will be impossible. You can see only part of God looking around you, but not the whole existence itself. So just because you can't see the whole existence itself doesn't mean it doesn't exist.
Well, no, I know that, but okay, you're essentially saying that like a tree is God, if that makes sense. You're essentially saying that a tree
Part of God, yeah.
is God. Yes.
Part of God.
Okay, yes. The problem is that there's no objective evidence to substantiate this fact, if that makes sense.
According to my definition, yeah. According to my definition, it does explain to you that everything around you, trees, you, your thoughts, soil, air, everything is part of the whole existence itself.
But again, you're working from a subjective reality that you are then projecting onto the objective reality. You do not have anything objective to break that subjective fact, if that makes sense.
Okay, fine. For me, it's objective, but can you explain it from your side how it is subjective?
You're saying that this God is obvious to you because of the parameters that you follow and you believe, and because of the testing that you've done, because of the studies you've done, you believe this God, and yet you have no outside evidence that it exists other than subjective evidence that comes from your own mind, if that makes sense. Therefore, what you believe in is a subjective reality that you are projecting into objective reality.
How is it subjective when I literally told you the whole existence is God and it exists in front of you? How is it subjective? It's literally objective.
That understanding comes from your viewpoint. There's no objective evidence to support that fact.
No, I get it. So how, give me some different explanation which will, question my definition of God, which you're saying is subjective, right? So you gotta give me different explanation so I can feel, okay, it is subjective.
Well, I just want to add one thing real quick. If your God is subjective, that means he's imaginary, and I don't care about imaginary gods. That's just my own personal opinion, though. Sorry for interrupting.
See, I wouldn't say it's imaginary when you can see in front of you, right? Anytime you want. I wouldn't call it imagine.
Well, okay.
Another thing
well, hang on, Gio. Against was right in the middle of a sentence there.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you. So okay. It is subjective because you and I can both look at a tree, for example. You look at a tree and see God. I look at a tree and see a tree. I look at a tree and see nature, right?
Uh-huh.
That comes down to our subjective viewpoints and how we view it. There's nothing
cool.
There's nothing objective there, if that makes sense.
All right. But the thing is, this is the thing, right? The definition, let's go to definition. Why I say it's objective and not subjective. You say there's a tree. Let us say some people there are, right? They say, this tree is God, worship it and blah blah. But the thing is, you can worship and believe that God, but that is not making a objective definition or a good definition of God, because if you say the tree is God, right, then who created everything else, right? Then
nothing's ever been created. Just so you know, nothing's ever been created.
Yeah, of course, I agree. So, then you say, how does everything exist, right?
So I know the answer to that question. It's a very easy answer.
Yeah. So when you're limiting, right, only let's just say only this universe or that universe, and you said this rock is God or this window is God. So that is limiting very, very much. But when you said the whole existence is God, the question doesn't even arrive. How does that exist? This exists. You literally already talk about the whole existence. Now that is objective definition.
I can accurately describe the entire universe without any God variable whatsoever.
Well, that's just you not considering it as God. Again, I would not consider to use the word universe. I would say whole existence.
Well, I mean, we don't have access to all of existence. We only have access to our observable universe.
But I mean, doesn't mean just because you cannot absorb the whole existence, that doesn't make it, it's not God.
Well, actually, I can accurately describe our entire universe without any God variables, so I don't need a God.
Well,
you have to demonstrate.
fine,
You have to demonstrate that I need a God to make the universe before I will accept it.
No. I mean, you don't necessarily have to believe it because you also didn't have the same experience as me of the communication and faith and blah blah blah.
Did God talk to you back? Did God talk back to you?
Through science, yes.
Oh.
Yeah, it's not. It sounds very magical, blah blah blah. But I was surprised myself too when I actually find out that it's not coincidence. These are actually signs, and these are literally the answer.
If someone else saw this thing happen to you, would they also conclude God done it?
Okay. In my experience, what I found out that the other people would not be able to understand these signs. Other than you. If God,
more subjective stuff. More subjective stuff. Got it. More subjective stuff. Got it.
Yeah. Talk. That means that it's not objective. It's not a fact. It is a subjective fact. It is originating from your own understanding and your own viewpoint. It's not objective.
Well, I told you that before. It is objective for me, right? And also, don't take the only some part of the definition. Take my whole part of the definition.
That's not how words work, buddy. Objective has a definition. You can't just change the definition to make your God more believable.
Okay, so well, if you say whole overally universally, if there is a objective definition of God or not, then I would say no, because a lot of people believe in different things according to their experiences. The definition of mine is perfect.
We're not talking about the definition of God right now. We were just talking about the definition of objective.
Yeah, as I say, right?
So what is your definition? What is your definition of objective?
That it's one particular thing is in any time, anywhere.
No.
It's one.
So this is the problem. You have changed the definition of the word. So the word means independent of opinion or thought. Stance independent. So the way that I like to describe it is the things that exist if you remove all minds. That's what objective is.
Well, in that case, my definition is objective then.
No, your definition is wrong. You just said it's a thing.
Okay, tell me how it is. Tell me how it is wrong.
What?
How it is not objective. How it is not objective, yeah.
You just said that it's a thing. A thing can be inside my brain. Also, a unicorn can be inside my brain. That's a thought. Thoughts can be things.
No, you can also communicate with God. Everyone can.
Your definition is not subjective? It's not mainstream. It's not what people use. And I didn't mean to drive
People don't use doesn't make it subjective. They need to use it.
Well, your definition is subjective because you're changing the definition. All definitions are subjective. You understand all definitions
I can write. You can write down.
Dude,
you can write down my definition. I can tell you. I am not changing my definition.
That's not what makes things objective. The all definitions are subjective.
Listen, you haven't proved yet to me how is my definition subjective. You were saying it's
all
subjective, but you haven't explained it.
Every single definition is subjective only.
No, it is not. Not my definition.
All definitions are subjective. All because you have a different definition from someone else that makes it subjective.
No, again, you're wrong again. Just because they have a wrong definition, doesn't make my definition subjective.
All.
Come on, try to prove me that it is subjective.
Sure.
Give me an example.
Sure.
Explanation.
Sure. All definitions are subjective only. Every single definition ever in existence is subjective only.
Listen, that just sounds like a personal opinion, okay? But
that is not an opinion, dude. That is a fact. Language is subjective. All languages are made up by people. They're just subjective only. All language.
Go beyond that and explain to me how.
What?
Explain to me how all definitions are subjective.
I just did. I just did that. Oh my god.
No, you just said.
Listen, no. Stop talking. You asked me a question. Stop talking.
That's right.
Languages are subjective only. All languages are subjective only. We use words in languages. We have to define those words in languages. So those words exist inside the language. The words are subjective only. The definitions exist inside of the words. The definitions are subjective only. All language. Wait. Stop. I'm almost done. All language is subjective only. All definitions are subjective only. You cannot have an objective definition. That is definitionally impossible.
Yeah, can I tell you something now?
Yeah, I'm done now.
Okay. Definition I said in English, can I say the same definition in multiple languages?
Well, yeah, but they'll have different words.
Well, yeah, sure, different word doesn't, it's also going to mean the same thing.
Doesn't matter. Languages are subjective only.
Well, you saying like different language is subjective, fine, that you're talking about language, but you're not talking about the definition.
Yeah, the definitions exist inside of the words exist inside of the language, and they're all imaginary.
Can someone explain to me what exactly he means? Because I'm not getting it.
No one else is here but you and me, buddy.
Talking about the language.
Just go to Google and type in "is language subjective" and it'll say yes. Here, I'll do it for you and I'll post the fucking results. Is language subjective?
Yeah, but I'm not talking about the language.
You are because you are because the definitions exist inside the language.
Okay, but see, the meaning, what exactly I'm trying to say.
Meaning is subjective only.
In a different language.
Meaning is subjective only. Yes, languages are subjective. So I googled it.
Languages are, but not what I'm trying to explain, right?
So do I need to change it to definitions? Are definitions subjective? I'll do that. Are definitions subjective?
Well, is definition subjective?
Yes, definitions are subjective because they are based on people's different perspectives and experiences. For example, the definition of success may have different meanings for a business person and an artist. So they are subjective only.
I mean, that's just your opinion. So
no! I googled it! Man. It said yes. Dude, this is a stupid conversation because this is not something that is up for debate.
Okay,
Stop. This is not something that is up for debate. It is a fact that languages are subjective, words are subjective, and definitions are subjective only.
Okay, so
this is not...
You don't like the words I use.
No!
You want me to use different words?
No! The thing is that you're trying to say that what you're talking about is objective, which it's not. You are just
No.
wrong.
Listen, brother, you are confused. And you talking about
I'm
language,
not.
you literally forget about God and everything. You're into only language definition.
Dude, that's not the
And
thing.
you're just trying to play with the words.
That's not the
Come
thing.
on.
And
If you really
stop. That's not what I'm doing. Also, because you can do that, it demonstrates that the words are subjective.
No, what you're saying is what I explained to you about what is God for me, and how does it work. That explanation you're saying is objective, right?
I'm saying that I didn't actually say anything about that. I was talking about a different word that you were using that you said was...
Exactly, and that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. So you're talking about something else. Let's talk about this, which I just spoke.
Okay, let's do
about
that.
God.
So, what is God?
Yeah, exactly. As I told you before, I explained to you what is God for me and what is it.
Okay,
and
so
how
that's
is it-
subjective. When you say it's for me, that's subjective.
Okay. Let me finish. So when I say it's for me, right, it is objective.
No,
right?
it cannot be.
So, I mean, it can be for everyone in the world too.
But
And-
it's not. Your
Let me
definition...
finish, let me
Listen.
finish. I get it.
Okay,
Let me finish,
I don't want to have to mute you. Don't make me
So,
mute you. Don't make me mute
How
you.
can you,
Don't make me mute
bro?
you.
I'm in middle of the
Stop.
sentence.
Stop.
I'm in middle of the sentence.
Because you said something incorrect and I'm trying to fix it. So listen to me.
Yeah. So will you do the Lord of
So
God thing
listen
too?
to
Should I
me.
interrupt?
So listen to me. So
Whatever.
if you can change the definition of the word and make it mean something else, then that makes it subjective only. If it's stance dependent on your opinion, it is subjective.
Okay. Listen, what I'm saying is, you said it is subjective. I'm saying it is objective. Now,
But
unless
you're
you give
wrong.
me a good explanation how, right? Until then, I would not even consider it as subjective at
But
all.
I've explained it to you over and over and over, and you just say nuh-uh.
You didn't explain. You moved
I
to
did.
the language and definition background.
If your definition can be different from someone else's definition, then
again, you
Oh
talking about
my-
definition language.
would you mind? If your
Okay,
definition...
so you have like no other definition of God which can contradict mine. And how can you say
That's
it's
just not
subjective?
true. I can define God in many ways that contradicts your God.
Okay. So, you believe, well, in that case, you have multiple definitions of God, I guess.
That's what makes definitions subjective.
Just because you know, okay, give me one example, one definition of God which contradicts mine.
The Christian God contradicts yours.
How?
How?
Mm-hmm.
It says that there's no other gods. Yours is a different God.
No. Well, Christian people believe God is beyond space and time.
Yeah, that contradicts your God
Well,
because...
Can you prove?
May I
that
finish?
God is
May I
all-
finish my sentence, please?
Go for it.
Thank you. So, because the Christian God says that it's the only God, it contradicts your God. See how easy
Okay,
that
you
was?
done? No, you're done. Now let me tell you why I think my definition is objective.
Well, you
Now,
think.
Christian
You're
people believe-
thinking. That's a stance. That means subjective. See?
Everything we do is thinking. Doesn't make it only subjective.
Well, no, because I can demonstrate that objective things exist. I can demonstrate that hydrogen
Okay, fine.
exists.
Like, let me explain to you this thing before I forget the statement you made. So the Christian people, they believe God exists beyond space and time. Can you prove me there's a thing called beyond space and time?
I don't believe in God, so I can't demonstrate anything about God. That's why I don't believe in God.
Well,
also, welcome
See,
back,
the
Hoff.
existence. Okay, let me finish. So my definition, when I say the whole existence is God, I can prove you the whole existence exist.
Yeah, but you can't demonstrate that it's God.
Or when the Christian people say beyond
Wait,
space and
stop
time,
right
you
there.
can't
No,
prove
I
it.
don't care about the
So I
Christians
can
right
make
now.
the
Stop.
Christians
I don't care about the Christians right now. You can't demonstrate that all of existence is God.
No, wait. You talk about Christian people, and I'm referring to that.
I don't care
That
about the Christian
definition
people. I
does
don't
not make
care.
sense.
I don't care about the Christian people.
My definition does to everyone.
But you can't demonstrate that all of existence is God.
Well, See, well, as I said, you.
Now, what
have
is
to-
your evidence
You have
of
to get it
that?
from yourself.
He's got nothing. He's just rambling on, and I'm loving it.
Like, the crazy thing is, like, we say these things, but we have no evidence or proof for it.
For what?
These things cannot be proved to others. They
Like,
can
how
only
can we demonstrate this?
themselves.
That it's real?
To demonstrate like why the whole existence is God.
Yeah, like, how can we demonstrate there's a supernatural?
Well, you can experiment it yourself. Try to have faith. Try to have trust and see it for yourself.
See, all they say
Get
all
the
the time
result.
is faith and trust. That's it.
He doesn't. I've told him like 10 times that I reject all faith positions on that basis alone, and he still keeps using faith. You should
So
stop.
you're gonna have faith in something that you've never demonstrated or seen?
I can come. One sec. I want to add one thing, dude.
You're
I
lying.
want stop. I want to add one thing. I can come to any position on faith, any position at all. I can come to on faith. Now you can say your thing. Jeez.
Exactly. So I can also answer you to that too, if you wanted to.
You don't have an answer for that. I can come. Okay.
Wait,
what's
you
your-
come to position with faith
And
when
I
you
will-
demonstrate,
I will-
right?
Sorry, what?
I said when you say you come to positions with faith, is that when you demonstrate it and then you have faith, or you just have faith?
I have faith in whole existence is God.
But you can't
What's
demonstrate
your-
that.
How can you prove that?
Exactly.
You shouldn't
and
say the
I
word
told you
prove.
multiple
Just as an atheist who's been
Listen.
doing. Hang on 1 second. Just as an atheist who's been doing this a long time, you should
Brother,
avoid.
you are a
Stop!
person. You
Stop!
interrupting
Stop!
every single
Stop!
time.
Gio,
You don't let
stop!
someone interrupt you.
Talking!
That's crazy.
So I muted you. Stop talking. So Hafsa, just as an atheist who's been doing this for a while, you should avoid the word prove. You should say demonstrate or evidence or something like that. They don't like the word evidence, so I like demonstrate. Demonstrate's the best one in my opinion. Okay, Gio, when I ask you to stop, I'm the moderator. Shut the fuck up.
Listen, just because you're a moderator, okay?
Dude, let's not do meta. Let's not do meta. Let's not do meta.
Again, interrupting. Again,
Question, right?
interrupting.
I said, how do you show what
No,
you
no,
said?
wait,
I just have faith, I have trust,
Let me finish. Let me finish. So I'm saying you interrupting. Every
No,
single
we're not
time.
doing meta. We're not doing meta. No,
Don't
no. Move on.
be emotional.
I'm not emotional.
Listen to
Don't
me.
do that. Don't do
Listen
that.
to me. You
Okay,
need to
so
learn
what I'm
this.
gonna do is mute you. Don't do what you're doing. Avoid the meta. Just move on. We don't need the meta. Just move on. Aw, shucks. He laughed. Damn it. I don't have any other way of controlling him besides muting him. I don't get it. Well, Hafsa, I apologize for making him run away.
It's okay. He didn't answer when I asked him how. He just says you have faith and trust.
I've
I
been
said,
asking.
did you demonstrate it? He said faith.
I've been asking him
Yeah.
for an hour to try and demonstrate something, and he couldn't. Maybe half an hour. But anyway, so how are you?
Good. It's really crazy because when you get so many different answers from so many different people, you just don't know.
Sure, you get a
That's where I
different.
am. Yeah.
You get a different answer from every person about God. So, how long have you been
Yeah.
involved in the debate?
I've just been on Discord now for like a month.
A month? Yeah, that advice about avoiding
Yeah,
prove, you should avoid the word prove at all costs.
I mean, demonstrate, right?
Yes. Demonstrate, present evidence. Demonstrate is better than evidence. They hate that word evidence.
Yeah.
Demonstrate, they usually say, what do you mean by demonstrate? And whenever they say that, just say show to exist. Demonstrate means show to exist.
Yeah. Like, for example, gravity, right? We can observe gravity or something, right?
We can
Even though
measure.
we can't see gravity, but we can measure gravity.
Yes. Measure
Right.
is the word you should use. Because you cannot measure something that does not exist. So if you can measure it, it exists.
Oh, okay.
And there's support for that in academia.
Yeah. There's really no difference between a theist and an atheist. Like, there's not something an atheist can do that a theist can't do.
I
You know
agree.
what I mean?
I agree.
The only difference is one believe in God, one don't.
Yep.
I don't know. So, but then how do we get this belief, this conviction, this testimony, right?
Yeah.
I don't know.
People experience weird things and they attribute it to the supernatural, and if the supernatural is possible, then God is possible, so they believe in God.
I mean, I think we attribute it to God because we don't understand life. We don't understand where we came from, how all this happened. So we just put this label on it, right? But we don't know.
Well, we
It's a
kind of
mystery.
do. I mean, we kind of do. It's not so much a mystery anymore. We understand abiogenesis, how inorganic matter evolves into organic matter, and then organic matter evolves into life. We understand how the universe was formed. We
But
understand
did
how the
we?
planet was
I don't know,
formed.
because some people say like our souls agreed to come here. But why would we come to a world with suffering and pain? All this.
I mean, anytime somebody says souls, just ask them to demonstrate a soul.
Yeah.
Demonstrate spirit, demonstrate a soul.
Mhm. I mean, I think we use soul and religion to explain where we came from before we came to this earth and what's the purpose of us being on this earth. Because there has to be a purpose. Like, even
Why?
if we don't believe in like supernatural or something, like something had to happen like for this to happen. And there has to be a purpose for the human existence and animals and all of this life form, right?
Why?
But we're just trying to find the truth. Like, what is it, right?
Well, we know truth. We understand facts. And
We
we
know the
understand
truth?
we understand how the world formed, we understand how the universe formed, we understand how life formed. And none of it has any purpose. Why do you think that it needs a purpose?
Yeah, somebody asked me that, like, why are you saying it needs purpose? Because I think, like, for example, we go to school to get an education, we go to work to get money to pay for our bills. Like, everything has a meaning in life. Life has a meaning, right?
No,
Value.
we give all of those meanings to those things. Those things don't have meaning unless we do them.
Oh.
Like if we didn't work together in a society, there would be no work.
Mm-hmm.
So there's no intrinsic meaning in these things. It's just the meaning that we give them. Sorry for interrupting. I apologize.
No, I know, but humans over time, we've also evolved. Like, we went from slavery, we went for black people getting their rights, we went from people starting in the workforce labor. Like, we've evolved over time.
Sure, evolution happens all over the place.
Mm-hmm.
But evolution doesn't need a purpose.
It doesn't need purpose?
No, evolution happens because life exists. Life changes. That's what evolution is. It describes something that happens in objective reality. It's not a thing in and of itself. Evolution isn't really like an object or a force. It's what happens to life when it reproduces. It's a description. It's a description of a thing that happens.
You believe we come from apes?
We are apes.
Mm.
We meet every definitional point for being an ape. Every one of them. We are apes.
Oh.
How old do you think the planet is?
I don't know. How old do you think it is?
4.5 billion years old.
How many?
Yeah. We can
4
demonstrate.
billion years? How do you know that?
Well, because one, radiometric dating, and we also understand how planetary systems form and how long they take to form. And we can calculate the age of our star, and our planet cannot be older than our star, and our star is about 4.7 billion years old.
Mm. I was thinking it's much older than that.
No, we can actually demonstrate that because of the amount of helium to hydrogen ratio that we have in our star. We can demonstrate how old it is.
Yeah. What about the other planets like Saturn and Venus? What's their purpose? Why are they there?
They don't have a purpose. They formed because of a hydrogen cloud that collapsed.
Oh, okay. But there's no life form on there, right?
Maybe, we don't know. Probably not.
Yeah. They said maybe the moon had it because they found some water on the moon. Yeah.
We found ice water on the moon. Probably no life there. There's no atmosphere. It's hard to have life without an atmosphere.
Yeah. Because they wouldn't survive. There's like no oxygen there, right? Or something.
I mean, you can use other stuff, but if there's no atmosphere, then there's no stuff to use.
Mm.
We've
Do you
never.
think the Earth is flat?
Huh?
You think the Earth is flat?
Oh gosh, no. I've measured it. It's round.
Mm.
It's a sphere, mostly. It's a oblate spheroid. I've measured it.
Yeah, I spoke to flat earthers. I'm like, this is crazy.
Yes, they're bonkers. They're fun to talk to. If nobody comes to this room pretty quick, I might end it and go talk to some flat earthers on either Discord or Clubhouse.
Okay.
But I'm not going anywhere yet, so don't think that. I love talking about physics.
Yeah. Do you know this guy named Dr. Blitz on TikTok?
Yes. I watch Dr. Blitz sometimes.
He's interesting.
Yeah, he's an extremely accomplished physicist.
He debates people all day about physics and God, everything. I watch his debates. It's interesting.
Yeah, I haven't watched any of his live streams, but he comes on to a Deconstruction Zone Justin a lot, and I watch him there.
Oh yeah, the deconstruction community I think is new, or maybe I'm just new to it because of TikTok. But it's interesting.
It's not super new.
Yeah.
Justin's been there for a couple of years, and there's been other people doing it too. Justin's live right now. I'm watching him on mute. So much Bible. I get tired of the Bible.
He's debating the Bible.
Yeah, he's doing Jesus prophecies never came
Oh, is he the guy who says Jesus never existed?
No, he says that Jesus never fulfilled any prophecies. Hello, Solidi. Welcome. Oh, bye-bye.
There's a guy, I don't know his name, but he wrote a book and he published it with this guy as a co-author, and he said Jesus never existed, it was fake, and they said
Richard Carrier.
I don't know his name.
I'm pretty sure it's Richard Carrier.
Yeah, he's on TikTok all day.
Yeah.
And I spoke to him, I was like, that's crazy. He's like, yeah, the artifact and history, there's no way it existed. Yeah.
Yeah, I believe in mythicism. I don't believe that Jesus ever existed. Like, if you had a time machine, you could never go back and see Jesus on the cross.
Yeah.
But I don't argue from that.
They had this archaeological thing on YouTube where they said they had these nails that had his bone and skin around it, but people said that's not true. It could have been any human. We don't know if that was his DNA or whatever.
Yeah, we don't have any original Jesus DNA to compare that to, so we have no idea whether or not it is. You have to compare DNA to stuff to. It doesn't. You can't just show it on its own. But do you know how many nails that there are? There's thousands, maybe hundreds of thousands.
And he was the only one. There was the Romans were doing this a lot of people as a practice tradition. So.
Sure.
But the miracles are crazy. Like, you could tell me a human did that? That's wild.
But it never happened. The book is fiction.
Nobody before him did it, right?
What?
Nobody before him has done those miracles, right?
Nobody's ever done those miracles. That's never happened. See, listen, I can disprove the Old Testament. If the Old Testament God doesn't exist, then he could never have fathered a son, so Jesus could not have been the Son of God. Even if he existed in history, he wasn't the Son of God. Because God doesn't exist.
Oh, wow.
Do you believe, I thought you were an atheist, or do you believe?
No, no. I believe in a creator, but I'm also thinking about stuff. No. I'm seeking the truth.
Do you need a creator if nothing's ever been created?
I think that the thought of having a creator brings like comfort to people, and it makes them feel like it gives life a purpose or meaning.
Would
And
you?
it brings them comfort. It
Would,
brings
would,
me comfort.
would you be more comforted by the truth or by this creator?
I'd be more comforted if there was a creator. If
Okay,
there wasn't,
Then you can
I
have
don't
your
know.
you can have your creator. Just don't make any laws. Keep it out of the school, and don't force it on other people.
Yeah. I saw they have a Christian schools now.
The amount of Christianity that is seeping through the separation of church and state is very, very disturbing.
Yeah, it's a lot.
They've got Christian curriculums in Texas, Oklahoma, Louisiana, and Florida now. And they chose Prager fucking U, the worst freaking apologetics in the fucking YouTube verse, or where in the apologetics universe. It's freaking awful. At least they didn't choose William Lane Craig or freaking Jordan Peterson.
Yeah. I mean, these stories are in the Bible. We really have no way of proving them.
I can disprove them though.
Yeah. No, I see TikTok, they disprove the deconstruction. But,
It's very easy to
same
disprove
time,
things in the Bible.
yeah.
Old Testament God is fiction.
The authors are, like, unknown, too.
Yep. That's why I don't accept the scripture. It's based on verbal tradition that was written down at some point by somebody that we don't know. And no prophecy has ever been fulfilled. They've all failed. Every last one of them has failed. Especially the messianic.
Yeah, because Jesus said he was going to bring world peace. That never happened.
He also said he was
Yeah,
going to
so-
do it before the disciples died.
Wow.
That's what preterism is. Because there's a couple of scriptures in the Bible where Jesus says, "I will come back before some of you, before all of you have died, before some of you have died."
Yeah, they believe in the Day of Judgment, right?
Yeah, they believe that it's already come. Preterism, and we missed it somehow. I don't know how they
wait,
did it.
they believe Day of Judgment happened already?
Yeah, they believe that Jesus came back before the disciples died, and everybody missed it.
What?
Yep, preterism. Look it up. It's very, very interesting stuff.
Wow. Why are they now waiting for the Christians?
What?
Aren't they waiting for the Day of Judgment now or something to come? Or?
Yeah, I don't remember how they harmonized that, but they've got their dogma.
Like, how many years has it been people waiting for Day of Judgment?
Yeah, I was a Gnostic when I was a Christian for many years. Gnosticism is a very strange religion, but I liked it.
What's Gnosticism?
So Christian Gnosticism is like the demiurge. God is a demiurge. He was the son of a goddess of a higher order that didn't really fit in with the other gods. So she created this universe to hide Yahweh in, because he was like a fucking idiot. And the rest of the gods wanted to kill him, so she hid him here.
Oh, that's interesting.
It's a very weird
Did you hear
religion.
about the Mormons are even weird. I guess this guy,
Oh gosh, yes.
his name is John Smith. He believes that there's parents, a mom and dad, that are gods that we worship, and then they're like in a heaven or like another planet. And people follow this. They're called Mormon. Crazy.
Yeah, the Mormons are a little off. I wish some of those Christians would come in here so bad. Don't get me wrong, I love talking to atheists too, but my favorite thing is talking to those Christians about God. I'm
They
still recording
worship
for
a human. They
Huh?
worship a human.
They worship a book.
A human. Even if it's a god, why would you put it into a human? It's crazy.
Sure. A human they can't demonstrate ever existed.
Yeah.
But I don't argue for mythicism. I can't do that because it's very difficult to support it. You have to go through a lot of history, but it is supportable. But I just grant it for the sake of argument that Jesus existed, but not the Son of God.
Yeah. Maybe Moses existed, Abraham,
Yeah.
Solomon,
Yeah, they
all
never.
these men.
The first character in the Bible to exist was probably King David. Any character after King David, I could probably accept.
Yeah.
But that discounts the creation, the flood, the Exodus. All that's imaginary.
Yeah. The Noah's Ark. He killed so many civilizations and people. That's crazy.
Yeah. And what about the American Indians? They didn't seem to notice. The Egyptians didn't seem to notice. The Chinese
Yeah.
didn't seem to notice.
Yeah. Egypt is interesting country too, like those pyramids.
Yeah, we found a bunch of cuneiform tablets that explained exactly how the pyramids were built.
Who built them?
Figured that one out.
Aztecs?
They probably did it a similar way, internal ramps.
Oh, wow.
And moving the big rocks, that's easy. We've got lots of ways of doing that. Well, hello. Welcome, German.
Hello.
How are you?
Good. How about you?
Well, I'm always the same.
So the question is, what is God?
Yes, that's what I like to talk about.
Well, to put it simply, the laws of identity is you define God by his attributes. The key one being eternal. That's the most important of any attribute. Then, if you already have a scripture to go by, for example, the Bible, then you look out for other things. The concept of the Trinity, you look for that attribute is three persons. So one God, three persons. Now, what you identify the three persons being one God is they share or they are of the same essence, eternal. Then you add on to the moral standard, then you add on to whatever else is revealed, and you got yourself God. A unique God, but still God.
I mean, we're gonna ignore that the Trinity is internally contradictory. So eternal. So when you say eternal, do you mean outside of space-time, or do you mean that it exists inside of space-time but never dies?
Well, friend, internal means it's outside of everything. Outside of everything we know to exist. It's pre-existent.
So how does it interact with what does exist?
Because it created what existed.
But how does it interact with it?
And how it chooses.
Wait, you said created?
Yes, to create existence, you first have to be outside of it.
Okay,
To create a computer, you have to be outside the computer to create it.
Well, I can build a house from the inside, but that's irrelevant because nothing's ever been created in the entire history of the universe, and I can demonstrate that.
Look, I mean, the Big Bang is a pretty good place to start.
Well, there was no creation at the Big Bang.
So you're going to go with the internal universe theory or the infinite universe theory?
I don't accept infinites inside of our space-time continuum, but outside of our space-time continuum, things might be different.
Mm-hmm.
But nothing's ever been created because I can demonstrate that with an argument that is supported by evidence. So, do you agree with the first law of thermodynamics that energy cannot be created or
Cannot be created or destroyed? I completely agree.
It can only transform. It is eternal.
Correct. Well, eternal is an odd word to use for it. It's just
why
you cannot get rid of it.
And it was never created, so it is eternal.
Not exactly. Because
Okay,
it's a
so define
pre-assumption
eternal
right
for me. Define eternal for me.
Uncreated.
Okay, energy cannot be created, so it is eternal.
Well, where does this energy come from? You still have the issue of the source.
It cannot come from.
What?
It is not creatable. It cannot come from.
That is a good argument. The issue is, we know there was a beginning at some point.
Okay, but the energy was not created.
There's a good argument to see that it is, again.
But
the Big Bang being one of the more prime theories, people argue, like the atheists argue that it just happened, right?
No, I don't.
But I'm gonna give you an argument that coincides with yours, though.
I haven't finished. That was just premise one. I haven't actually finished. But go ahead. Go ahead. No, go ahead. You're way more important.
No, don't worry. No, you go on. I thought that was your premise. Don't worry.
That was my first premise. So the second premise is everything is made of energy. Do you agree?
Yes.
Okay. If energy.
Some things are now matter. Yes, but yeah.
Well, I mean, matter is made of energy.
Okay. Yeah, I see your. Yeah.
All right. So everything is made of energy. Energy cannot be created or destroyed. Therefore, nothing has ever been created or destroyed.
And I would argue that the energy and matter had to have comes from some place. There had to be an origin for it.
Dude, what does unable to be created mean?
Well, in a sense, in science, we literally cannot create energy from thin air. We can only transform energy from one place to another, but...
Exactly. So energy cannot be created. So it did not... Hang on, one sec. It did not and could not come from.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a nonsensical question when you ask where did energy come from. It did not come from. It is eternal.
You have a little issue with the internal matter and energy theory, too.
Just energy, not matter. I don't care about matter. I'm talking about energy.
Okay, we go with that, too. I mean, by definition... Well, there's a few definitions. One being that it can't change.
No, energy transforms.
Exactly. So that cancels that one out. But then you have the last ever existing forever without beginning or end.
It cannot be created or destroyed. So no beginning, no end.
But wouldn't you agree there was a beginning to our universe?
To our instantiation of the space-time continuum, yes. But our instantiation of the space-time continuum is not the only thing that exists.
So that theory is describing how the laws operates within itself.
Well, no, it
operates within our universe, right?
It accurately describes energy.
I agree, but you would also agree that going off of even that same phrase and the context to it, it still is describing the principle of which the universe operates within itself. Its own laws, its own
it describes. Code. Would you? Okay, I need to ask you a question. This is a yes or no question. Are the universe and energy different things?
Is the universe and energy different things? No.
You're wrong.
Depends on what form of energy, but no, they're not different.
They are different things. The universe is different from energy. The universe can exist without energy, and energy can exist without the universe. They are different things.
Wait, you just said matter and universe are synonymous, didn't you?
Not matter. I've never said matter. You're the one that keeps bringing up matter for some reason.
I guess. So do you deny the Big Bang? Let's go with that.
Of course not. Big Bang happened. It's a fact.
Okay, so Big Bang happened. We can start it there. So that is our origin, correct?
That is the origin of our space-time continuum, yes.
So it doesn't really... So what you said about energy being eternal, I wouldn't say it's eternal, but I'd say it's unbreakable. You cannot
define eternal for me.
Energy.
Define eternal for me.
Without beginning or end.
Okay. If something cannot be created, does it have a beginning?
Say it one more time, sorry.
If something cannot be created, does it have a beginning?
Well, yes.
If something cannot,
but here's the issue.
Wait, stop. If something cannot be created, it does not have a beginning. If something cannot be destroyed, it does not have an end. That meets your definition for eternal. Also, welcome Spooky to the room. Thank you for coming by.
So again, I would also argue, though, the laws of energy do not explain the origin of the universe, because
it doesn't have to. It's not describing the universe. Stop. No, I don't. Stop. Because the energy and the universe are different things. Also, there's a new person. Jensen, welcome. Welcome to the room. Thank you for coming by.
Hey, what's up? Thanks.
So, I would do you want us to agree?
Yeah, thank you. Zeno, thank you for coming by.
So the premise of energy cannot be created or destroyed. I guess more so.
That's not a premise, by the way.
Well, technically it is, but I want to go off this. So the origin of the universe is the Big Bang, correct?
Origin of the universe, yes.
Where did matter or energy, or where did energy come from that then?
Energy cannot come from. It is eternal. It cannot be created. It cannot be destroyed. It is eternal. It did not come from.
Where was energy before the Big Bang?
In a different space-time continuum.
What's the evidence for that?
That quantum fields are eternal and exist outside of space-time.
Now that's interesting, because I just looked into that. There's not enough evidence to go off of the quantum field is internal.
That's just wrong.
For that.
That's just wrong. So the reason that quantum fields are eternal is because they exist outside of space-time. We can demonstrate this with the core theory, where the quantum fields are bracketed away from the equations for space-time. You can solve the quantum field equations without space-time, so they're separate things.
See, I would go here. So here's one thing, though. Because this is still this is almost a philosophical or metaphysical.
No, this is a physics.
To an extent, I mean.
No, not at all. This is all physics. Nothing to do with philosophy at all.
To be fair, even the reports on it, the verified ones, peer-reviewed, still would classify their internality still speculative.
No, do you want me to give you the Do you want me to give you the peer-reviewed paper that demonstrates that quantum fields are outside of space-time? Because I have it.
And I can give you a peer-review one that says it's more speculative, if anything.
All right, do that. Post it in chat.
We have answers for both.
Post it in chat. It must be peer-reviewed and a physics source. It must be a physics source that's peer-reviewed. Post it in chat. I don't want an article from a science magazine. I want a physics source that's peer-reviewed. I don't want AI. I don't want ChatGPT. I don't want Google.
No, don't worry.
Okay. And as soon as you do that, I'll post my paper that shows that they are outside of space-time. And once we do that, how are we going to tell the difference?
Well, more so, I would argue that one of them is, again, we don't have a actual. I wouldn't say we have enough evidence to conclude they are just.
But we do.
See, that's where I would disagree.
I have to go. Okay.
Do you take ARX or arxiv.org?
As long as it's peer reviewed, I don't care. I'm fine with anything that's peer reviewed.
Just make sure.
And a physics source. It has to be from a physics source. Not astrophysics, not some philosophical nonsense. It has to be a physics source that's peer-reviewed.
What about the nebular hypothesis?
What about it?
That's a good one. I didn't even think of that.
I mean, that's just how solar systems form.
Well, I mean, energy was there, but it must be a cyclic process where a sun blows up, it creates a universe. A sun blows up, creates a universe, but it has to be big enough.
No, not a universe. Just we're talking about solar systems. That's about solar systems. The nebular hypothesis.
The universes make up. Wait. That's what the universe is made out of. Solar systems.
Well, yeah,
planets,
but that's a composition.
Galaxies.
That's a composition division fallacy because you're talking about stuff that's inside the universe, not the actual universe. Nebular theory has nothing to do with the formation of the universe. The formation of the universe
but I would
is...
also argue that...
One sentence,
again,
one sentence,
Oh,
and you can go. So the formation of the universe is described by inflation, Big Bang nucleosynthesis, and cold dark matter. On the limits of effective quantum field, eternal inflation, landscape, and other... So this has absolutely nothing to do with the eternality of quantum fields.
Which part are you reading?
Well, I mean, you gave me just the title, so that's what I'm reading. But it has nothing to do with the eternality. It's eternal inflation is not the same.
They have a citation tool you can use.
So, which one am I using? I guess it doesn't matter, though. But it just took me to the same place.
Connected paper would be one of them.
But the nebular theory does result in the Big Bang. That's the theory.
Well, it is a result of the Big Bang, but it is different from the Big Bang.
No, the Big Bang is a result of it.
No, that's the other way around.
That is a good point, too. Yeah,
Okay, stop. I want to know what you mean.
Okay.
Hang on. I want to know what the I'm not looking at the screen, so I don't know your name. I'm sorry. The female voice. What do you mean by nebular theory? Please tell me.
The nebular hypothesis is where there was an old sun and it blew up and it caused the Big Bang.
What? No, it's not.
What is your theory? What is your theory?
The nebular theory is how solar systems form from nebular clouds.
The nebular hypothesis?
Yes. It's about solar systems.
It's the concept of a supernova triggering the solar system's formation.
Yes, solar systems.
Which is in result the Big Bang, the singularity.
No. Not.
No, that is the full context.
Okay, stop, sir. Ma'am, what is your source?
Literally Google Scholar. I can get you one. Hold on.
Sure, I need to see that because nebular theory has to do with solar systems, not universes. And this thing, eternal inflation landscapes and other mythical beasts. Is that what you're?
Is that the one that? Wait, which one do you click on?
On the limits of effective quantum field theory, eternal inflation landscapes and other mythical beasts.
I'm not exactly sure on the same one. Hold on, I'm gonna look again real quick. Oh, that's odd. Hold on.
Now I'm gonna look up this guy T. Banks.
Oh wait, I think it's actually this source I had. Hold on, I get these mixed up once in a while. Hold on,
different
real
ones.
quick.
So we're not talking about mythical beasts here. Oh, there's new people to the room. Welcome. UP2YA. Thank you for coming to the room.
Oh, hello.
Hello.
Thank you for coming.
Okay, you
But wait, hold on. I am curious. You said that the Trinity is a logical contradiction.
Yes.
How?
1 + 1 + 1 = 1.
No, that 1 + 1 + 1 = 3.
I know, that's the contradiction.
No, because that's not the that's a misunderstanding.
Okay. Is there a sun?
Like the one in the sky?
No, the Jesus Christ Son of God.
Yes, there is a Son.
Okay, is there a
Eternally
Father?
Yes.
Is there a Father God?
Yes, there is.
Are they separate
Heavenly
things?
Father, yes.
Are they separate things?
They're distinct.
They're distinct things. So, is there a Holy Spirit?
Yes,
Is
equally distinct.
Is it different from the Jesus Son?
Yes.
Okay, so 1 + 1 + 1 = 1.
Nope, because it's still one God exists in three persons. It's
yeah, 1 + 1 + 1 = 1.
It's not three gods, of course.
I know that. I understand. I'm not arguing that. I'm saying that they're three entities, and 1 + 1 + 1 = 3, not 1.
Well, it's one entity existing as three persons.
Which is a contradiction.
So, what part of that is a contradiction?
Well, can I split my consciousness into three things?
What do you mean by that?
I don't know exactly. It's incoherent nonsense.
By the way,
it's incoherent nonsense. I don't know what it means.
Well, we're not just talking about consciousness. So still,
well, I mean, okay.
What part of what I said? What part did I say about one entity existing as three persons? What part of that's a contradiction?
1 + 1 + 1 = 1.
You're just remaking your same point.
Well,
One part
that's
of
the
the actual
point.
concept of the
That
Trinity
is
is a
the point.
contradiction.
You cannot have 1 + 1 + 1 = 1. It equals 3.
My friend, we believe in one God, not three gods.
I understand that. I'm not talking about them being gods. I'm
And we
talking.
have three persons.
Yes, I'm talking about them being.
In that sense, 1 + 1 + 1 does
shit.
equal 3, but still one God.
See, that's the contradiction. It cannot equal 3 and 1 at the same time.
Well, no, it could be one existing as 3. That's what we believe. That's our concept.
It doesn't matter what your concept is. Concepts are imaginary.
That's the concept that we get from the Bible. Yes, it does matter.
Concepts are imaginary.
Well, it's to an extent, not really.
No,
I mean,
all
we
concepts
articulate
are
it more
completely.
clearly in the
Stop talking.
50
Stop. All concepts.
Okay,
Stop.
maybe you're so rude about
Stop. All concepts are completely imaginary.
Well, that's okay. The concept again. We're mainly made of I mean, everything is
So
basically concept.
but we can
Concept of money,
demonstrate.
concept of energy. I mean,
But we can
yes,
demonstrate.
you can prove them, but they're still concepts.
So there are objective reality exists. It contains facts, and we can demonstrate those facts. As soon as you demonstrate that a 3 beings can exist as one being, I'll accept it.
I mean, no, I mean it's not exactly what would you call it. You still actually have yet, because again, this is still going off. It's a logical contradiction. Show me where it's a logical contradiction.
Oh my
You're
God.
repeating your same point. Articulate it. What is a contradiction, and
Okay.
what entity exists as 3 beings?
So you cannot have 3 = 1 is incoherent nonsense. It's a contradiction. 3 = 1 is not something that can exist in objective reality.
Okay, you getting something mixed up there, though.
I'm not.
Okay, what? I mean, you seem utterly convinced that nothing's ever going to change your mind.
Well, I mean, it's a contradiction. Contradictions cannot exist.
Well, I would agree, but again, you're counting the persons. You're not counting the actual. Again, we're talking about a infinite,
Heritage, welcome.
omniscient, omnipresent being.
Well,
we're not talking about
See,
simple mathematics.
now you've invoked omnipresent, which is a contradiction in itself.
Not exactly.
Yes,
because
it
we're
is.
still going
What is
off
hell?
of
What is
okay,
hell?
where do
What
we
is
get-
hell?
hold on,
Stop,
where do we get the
stop,
triune-
stop,
wait, I'm
stop,
gonna ask you a
stop.
question. Where do we get the? No, you can't just interrupt me when I'm gonna make a point.
Well, I need clarity on something you said earlier. So what is hell? What is hell?
Eternal separation from God.
Okay, so God doesn't exist there, so he's not omnipresent. That's a contradiction.
How is that? What does that mean exactly? Because
Omnipresent
the separation from
means-
his love, to be more specific.
Omnipresent means exists everywhere. He does not exist in hell. He does not exist everywhere. That's a
Where
contradiction.
No, hold right there. From his love, I had to
I don't care.
articulate.
He's still not there.
No, he is there.
He's
just
in hell.
you're
God
separated
exists
from
in
his
hell.
Love.
God exists in hell.
Yes, omnipresent.
Oh,
That means
God
being
exists in
punished
hell. Okay. Well, now you're just a heretic, so that's okay.
How does that make me a heretic?
Because God does. Hell is separation from God.
Yes, from us. So
Yes.
his love. Wait, hold
So
on.
he's
You're
not
only
there.
going on one point. Hold, whoa, hold right there. Hold on. I said, I clarified this. I don't know if you're doing this on purpose, but I said very clearly, reiterating it, that it's separation from his love, to be more specific.
But then you said God exists in hell, which is heretical.
No, it depends how you define that.
Well, does God exist in hell?
I gotta think. Hold on. I actually have a Bible verse. I'll look at it real quick. Hold on, because I believe there's a way to articulate. I could say, hold on.
This is kind of a yes or no thing. I don't know why it's so hard for you. Also.
Well, no, it's because there's a way to articulate these certain things.
Alright. You're never going to get past this contradiction.
Well, not
Okay,
exactly.
so
Hold on.
omnipresent. Does God sustain everything then?
What do you mean sustain everything?
So he's
Because
omnipresent.
he made, for example, he made people be able to sustain themselves.
Well,
in
I
that
mean, you
sense,
asked
but-
me a question. Let me answer the question. So, what I mean is, if God exists everywhere, does God sustain everything, or is he just like always around?
How do you define sustain everything? That's
This-
what I'm having trouble with.
This is what I have trouble with too. I don't know. This is what Christians tell me.
You see, Because it depends how you define sustain.
I mean,
for
this
example,
is...
I'm able to breathe on my own. He gave us the ability to breathe on our own.
So God doesn't like hold up the universe.
Well, we don't know what he does with the universe. I mean, the best, for example, like Reformed Christians have pretty good theology on this. I like to take off from him, which is he made things sustain on their own, but not in the spiritual sense.
Well, oh God, now you have to demonstrate spirit.
Well, no, you asked a question about God, and also
and you invoked
a pretty good article. But
and you invoked spirit, so please demonstrate spirit to exist.
Demonstrate spirit to exist. More so, I guess. How do you mean down? You can't demonstrate spirituality. That I mean.
All right, well then it doesn't exist. If you can't demonstrate it, it doesn't exist.
I mean, not exactly. You can't really prove
Jesse,
emotions.
welcome.
You can't prove
Kalam,
love.
Kalam, welcome.
What?
I was welcome.
Oh. But you can't, for example, you cannot prove love.
Yeah,
that's
I can.
Just,
yes, you
can. Yeah, you have serotonin, the
If we're talking about the colloquial,
you cannot literally prove love. Even atheists can't prove love.
Listen to me.
Which is a very interesting
Okay,
development.
listen to me. So if we're talking about proof in the colloquial sense, yes, I can very easily. We can do it with an fMRI. We can do it with chemical analysis. It's very easy to demonstrate that love exists.
The chemical, but not the actual emotion.
The chemical is the emotion. They're the same thing.
Yeah, but scientists even disagree with that because you cannot
neuroscientists
scientifically prove love in that sense.
Neuroscientists do not disagree on this. You are disagreeing with the neuroscientists on this. We can demonstrate that that emotions exist. We can demonstrate where they come from, and we can demonstrate when they are there and when they are not there. There is actually a part of the brain that controls love, and it is activated whenever you are in love, and it is not activated when you are not in love. So you are wrong.
Well, not exactly. It's a multifaceted concept as well.
You keep saying
is the issue.
You keep saying not exactly, and then not demonstrating me.
Well, it's not exactly. What's wrong with me saying that?
Well,
the
rest of my sentence explains that part. So you have to let me.
Exactly,
you have to let me. You haven't heard my sentence. You have to let me finish my sentence. You have a real issue. You have a real issue with interrupting. I'd really like you to work on that. So we can. I don't even remember what I was going to say now. See, this is why it doesn't matter. Okay, so we can demonstrate love to exist. You're wrong about that. Yeah. Just go look at neuroscience. Neuroscience can demonstrate love to exist.
Yes, and I'm going to say, and I was going to point.
Oh, that's what it was. It was your sort of thing, or your, what was the word that you used?
Not exactly.
Not exactly. So you keep saying not exactly, but then you don't demonstrate any part of what I said to be wrong.
I was about to.
Okay, go ahead.
So something I disagree with is science even agrees. You cannot just prove solely in science.
Are you talking about the colloquial sense of proof?
Yeah, the scientific. Yeah.
Science doesn't have
again, I would raise you to anthropologists, one of the most renowned ones for this, a biochemist, and psychologist, Helen Fisher.
Okay, Helen Fisher. I don't know that name.
So, a quote from her book.
No, I don't care about that.
Actually, pretty good.
I was trying to see something.
No, but I'm giving you a few of these.
No, if it's not peer reviewed, I don't care.
Just really quick. These people say this their whole life.
Stop 1 second. If it's not peer reviewed, I don't care about it if it's not peer reviewed. So, I was trying to say something earlier.
Wait. What makes Helen Fisher, for example, not reliable?
It's not peer reviewed. You said it was a book.
But hold on, I actually think I have a peer review thing.
Alright, peer reviewed is what I accept. I accept peer reviewed. I don't accept it as definitely fact or anything, but it's excellent evidence that it is true.
I mean, if the point of contention here is, does love exist or doesn't exist, we can say that it exists because animals and humans experience it. We can see animals experience
biologically.
it. Yes, that means it exists.
We're biological beings.
But I was gonna say this though, that it's not just purely biological; it's purely scientific.
What else is
it's multifaceted. The concept of that spans
concepts
into
are imaginary.
science, in a philosophy, into religion, and in an everyday experience. And that's one quote from again Helen Fisher.
I don't care about quotes. Quotes are useless. Plus, you can take them out of context.
Not exactly. I mean, these are
Not
people
you
who
keep
have a
saying
general
not
concept.
exactly.
These
Stop.
people, just let me finish. It doesn't matter what language I use. I haven't been
It does matter. It matters a lot.
You might just be reading us an editorial, though. Who
Yeah, I don't
It's not just
care
an
about.
editorial. This is look up Helen Fisher.
I don't
She's
care
one of the
unless
most
it's peer
renowned for this.
reviewed. Unless it's peer reviewed, I don't care.
Yes, this is a general consensus alongside psychology
I don't care
and
about-
alongside anthropology.
This is
So,
her opinion.
matter.
This is her opinion about the consensus. I have looked it up. The consensus is that love is physical and we can measure it.
Yes, yes, but it doesn't just stop there because you also got when people don't feel love.
So what? Some people don't
They
love.
still love when they don't feel it. That shows it's something other than just
What?
physical.
They love when they don't feel love. That doesn't make sense.
It's they still have the drive, the innate drive to love.
Okay, the drive to love
Helen
is.
Fisher, really renowned in this sort of
Well,
work.
as soon as
is
she
someone-
publishes, I'll read it.
What?
As soon as she peer review publishes, I'll read it. Until then, if she's just publishing books, anybody can write a book. I've written a book. I'm trying to get it published now. I know lots of people who've published books. It doesn't make them true.
Actually, here we are. Hold on. I think I have one of our peer-reviewed studies here. Actually, hold on.
Excellent. That'd be great. I'd love to read that because we can move on to a different argument because this will never convince me. Even if you somehow convince me that love was not purely physical, which I think it is, then it still doesn't demonstrate that a God exists or the supernatural or
Well, that's
a
literally
soul.
what it proves.
No, it doesn't. All it does is disprove.
If it's not physical matter and energy, then what is it?
We don't know is all it demonstrates. So
the gaps.
yeah, if we don't know, then we don't know what it is. But even if you demonstrate it to be not completely physical, that doesn't demonstrate it comes from God or supernatural or anything like that.
Then we're again, if you cannot find where it comes from, it's unexplainable. That would be super.
No,
Super.
no, it wouldn't. That's nonsense. So whenever we couldn't listen.
Supernatural.
Whenever we couldn't explain lightning and blamed it on God, was it supernatural?
Nope, that's different
Oh,
context. No,
gosh.
this is some that's.
No, it's the
What
exact same
context?
context.
No,
Exact same
because
context.
hold on, I will tell you why it's a little different.
Not exactly, right?
One key major difference is we cannot literally measure love in that
We
sense.
can.
When
You're
the
wrong.
I'm gonna
I'm gonna
let me
post-
finish. You have a problem interrupting me sometimes.
Well,
We
only
don't do
when you
each
say
other.
things that are infactual. So there are valid
No,
reasons.
why was it finished?
There are
You
val-
don't know if it
there
was
are
really
valid.
finished, then you can make the judgment call.
There
If
are
I can
There are valid reasons to interrupt, and one of them is if you say something infactual. And every time you say something infactual, I'm gonna
finish. It wasn't
interrupt you
finished, so how do you know it wasn't factual?
because you said something infactual already. You said we cannot
Let me
measure something we can
finish
measure.
So I can tie the point
But
together.
you said we cannot measure something we can measure. I'm just gonna post a link.
I'm gonna make. But I gave you a peer review study on this, by the way.
Oh sure, let me look at it as soon as I grab this one.
So one huge thing with it is, or a major, what I was going to finish when it comes to love is if the difference between lightning and love is this: lightning's physical, we see it.
Love
boom,
is
it happens, right? But when that chemical of wanting to mate is not present, people still have some sort of conscious or drive for it. That's studied through psychology.
I'm gonna
Stuart
give you
Conneckley, a great preacher, one of the great preachers, cites peer-reviewed studies by Harvard for this.
Okay, romantic love and fMRI study of a neural mechanism of... So this says that love is physical. Scientists have described myriad traits in mammalism and avian species that evolved to attract mates, but the brain mechanism by which become attracted to these traits is largely unknown, yet mammals and birds express mate preferences outside of Discord. Let's see here.
I'll also give you another. There's a few more direct ones, but that one's more so referencing
right ventral. So this is saying that love is physical. So your citation disproves what you're saying.
We'll read the rest.
All you gave me was an abstract. The abstract says that love is physical. There's a part of the brain that controls love, is what it says. Ramboner, thank you for coming to my room.
Ramboner.
And I already welcomed Kalam. Everybody's been welcomed. Thank you all for coming by. I appreciate it. So yeah, your own citation disproves what you're saying.
Hold on, wait. Yeah, I wasn't prepared to sign these ones. I haven't went through these so much.
Also, my link also demonstrates that love is physical. So we both agree that love is physical. By your own citation. Your own citation says there's a part of the brain that controls love.
Don't worry.
Your own citation says there's a part of the brain that controls love. The brain is physical, so love is physical. So we agree. Love is physical. I don't know why you're trying to argue against yourself now. Now you're just contradicting yourself.
I had more of an accident trying to find the one I used to cite.
Oh, man. So, if anybody else on stage wants to interrupt while he's looking for his paper, feel free. I'd love to have a conversation. My battery's about dead. I need to plug my laptop in.
One thing I would always argue, though, while getting this up, is every time I've seen the argument that Trinity's not is a contradiction is when they don't go by what is in the Bible, because that's where we get the Trinity from.
Oh shucks, the Trinity's not in the Bible. Show me, give me a verse. Post a verse.
Exodus, what,
I got BibleBot. Listen,
21:23 is
post
just
in
a
chat.
prime example.
Post it in chat. I got BibleBot. Put the verse in chat, and I'll read it, and you can show me where the Trinity is in the Bible.
It's either 21:10 or no, it's not 21:10. Hold on.
Just figure it out and post it in chat, and I'll read it. I've read the entire Bible 3 times. Trinity's not in there. Plus, I've compared it to the original.
Oh yeah, the word.
I was right in the middle. I was right in the middle of something there. I was right in the middle of something there. So I also looked at the original Hebrew. It's not there either.
It depends what you mean, but 2023.
Not exactly.
Here it is.
Again, not exactly.
Well, of course. I mean, again, it's not exactly. What would you call it?
That's like your favorite term is not exactly. You're saying that I'm right, but I'm not right, and then you demonstrate me to be right again, which is amazing.
Well, yes,
you've never demonstrated me to be wrong.
These papers, so yeah, you keep bogging me for a mistake.
Well, no,
it's all right. Don't worry.
Your paper disagrees with you. It says the opposite of you. It says that love is physical.
Yes, people make mistakes. Don't worry. But if you look at verse, let's hold on.
Post it in chat. I'll read it.
I did.
Behold, I send an angel before thee to keep thee in thee. So this is an angel that's talking about. Beware of him and obey his voice.
No, that's okay. That's God.
No, it says angel. It says angel right there.
Behold, I send an angel. Who's sending the angel? I'm not
God's sending the angel.
God talking.
So we're talking about an angel after that.
Let's keep going. To keep thee in the way and to bring thee to the place which I have prepared. Be aware of him and obey his voice. Provoke him not, for he will not pardon your transgressions. For
angel,
my
right?
name is in him.
We're talking about the angel, right?
What is the name of God? You look at Exodus 15.
No, stop. Let's not gish gallop around. Let's talk about this verse. So
no, yes, I'm giving you context to this verse.
I don't require you to move on to a different verse for context. So
no. You
stop.
So the angel is God.
Yes,
no,
because the
God
name
sent
of
the
God,
angel.
when in 3, hold on, I'm
no,
going to
God
put this
sent
in
the
chat.
angel. God sent the angel. God cannot be the thing He sent.
Whose name is in the angel? Come on, buddy. Look.
The name is not God. God is not His name. God isn't even His name.
And God
He is not His
Moses,
name.
I am that I am.
But that never said anything about His name.
In 3:13, as for the name,
but His name is not mentioned there.
I am who I am.
But His name is not mentioned there.
What is God's name in 3:14?
But it doesn't matter because
What is His name in 3:14? Because God said, "My name is in Him." So let's go with this. What is His name?
It doesn't matter He
Okay,
is.
so you're
Listen.
not-
Oh my
you're-
God,
You're
dude.
not being logical.
trying
Okay.
to prove
Okay.
the Trinity,
Hang on.
right?
One
I'm
second.
really
One
lost.
second. 1 second. I muted him because I need to say something. God is not his name. He is not the thing. Is not the name. Okay. I'm done now. That's all I had to say.
Buddy, can you just read Exodus 3:14 real quick?
I have. And God said unto Moses, I am that I am.
Mm-hmm.
No name there.
And then Moses, yes, so right there, what's God's name?
It's not in the verse.
Okay, I'm going to read 13. Okay, let's look at 13. I'll give you full context because you're kind of dish galloping a little bit. Don't you worry.
I'm not the one dish
And
galloping.
Moses said unto God, Behold, when I come unto the children of Israel, and I shall say unto them, The God of your fathers hath sent me unto you, and they shall tell me what is his name. What should I say unto them?
You're not demonstrating
Asking
yourself
for
to
his
be
name.
correct.
What does 3:14 say God's name is?
It doesn't.
I am that I am is his response.
Which is no name. There's no name there.
No,
So
he
his
claims
name
the
is
identity.
Am.
The name in Hebrew. You want to go to the Hebrew because I can give you the Hebrew.
Well, this is in English, though.
I've looked at the Hebrew.
I know he was speaking in Hebrew.
Well, why are we going to Hebrew?
Because that's
what he
where
was
that's where we
speaking.
translate from.
This is why I don't like having Bible conversations, because you word weasel your ways out of everything, and there's nothing in there about a Trinity, by the way.
Donald. If you can't understand like simple Hebrew language,
You do,
and
though.
metaphors and understanding, you'll actually understand what it's talking about. But you, sir,
I've read the
don't
original
understand
Hebrew.
it.
I read the original
Okay,
Hebrew.
this is exactly why we used John 8:58, where Jesus says he is God. Because
cannot
those
use the New
terms-
Testament.
Let me speak.
Can we
Don't
just
interrupt
stay with
me.
Exodus
Don't-
3:14?
Wow.
No.
Alright,
John
so here's what I'm gonna
8:58
do.
actually is what
I
we're
need
talking
a second of nobody talking.
goodness.
I need a second of nobody talking. For starters, conviction. Don't ever tell me what to do on my own stage. That's just for starters. Alright?
Okay, you're being a hypocrite. That's the thing.
How am I being a hypocrite?
You're being a total hypocrite. It doesn't matter whose stage
You're
it
being a
is. You
fucking
should still-
crybaby. Shut the fuck up.
Why are you so rude to him?
Like, shut up, buddy.
Wow.
Come
That
on
is
now.
what you
Get a
sound like.
life. Get a life and be respectful.
Okay, let's do it.
You want to have a
Can I-
channel about
oh,
discussing
suck
about what
my
is
nut.
God, then be respectful to each other and don't be a fucking cunt.
Maybe stop being a crybaby.
How about don't be a fucking cunt, you dumbass
Just don't be a
loser.
crybaby. It'll help
You
everybody.
dirty bum.
Grow up. Thanks.
Have you ever heard
No,
the
you
term?
grow up.
Have you ever heard the
You sound
term?
like,
Have you
sound
ever?
like you're 23. And
Have you-
and you're acting like a child.
Have
I'll
you
take it as a
ever?
compliment.
Have you ever heard the term that if you insult in a debate, you lose the debate
Here we
instantly?
go. A whole lot of yap.
A conviction.
How about instead of being a hypocrite in a debate, how about be respectful and let another person talk?
Well, because I
Okay.
needed clarity on something, and I
You needed it clear, okay?
Yes.
Instead
needed
of being
clarity.
a crybaby, maybe just make your point.
Instead of being a crybaby, yeah, I'm muting this kid. Fucking
Oh,
can't-
loser.
you can't
Silly
do that.
23 being a little child.
you can't do that in my
Quite
room.
insane.
Can we get back on track though?
That'd be nice.
Yes, now if
Wait,
you could
no
let me
conviction.
finish,
Me
Donald.
and him, you kind of intervened in the
No,
middle.
no,
I'm
I
sorry.
know, but just let me just.
Yeah,
let
you
me-
have
just
no
let me talk
patience.
to
You
him
have-
for a
it's
second.
impulse control.
Wait, conviction. Let
Get
us
it.
finish this part, then you add on to it. All right.
Okay, go ahead.
No, don't worry. But so, let's go over this again. Okay, Exodus 3:13. Just make it simple. Or what does Moses ask in 3:13?
And Moses said unto God, Behold, when I oh, that's a different one. It
Yeah,
is.
it's
Unto
3:13
the
is right
children of Israel, and shall say unto them, The God of our fathers hath sent me unto you, and they shall say to me, What is his name?
What shall I say unto them? So he's asking his name, correct?
But who is he asking? Okay, God.
God. Yeah. So he's asking God what is his name, correct?
So how does that demonstrate the Trinity?
Just answer.
Yes.
please.
How does that demonstrate the Trinity?
Now let's go. Because I'm gonna give you the context so you can see the full answer.
I've read the entire book 3 times.
Okay. You're yelling
They
and
can't just get
interrupting
to
me.
their point. They have to go through context bullshit, man. Just go.
I've read this. I don't need you to tell me.
Do you
want to read the Bible? We can read 2 Kings 2, 20, 23, and 24. How about that?
We're not gonna dish God. We're gonna stick to this point yet, okay? And God said unto Moses, I am that I am. So that is his name. All right. He claims to be literal identity, right?
What's his name?
I am that I am. That's what God claims to be.
So no name.
That's the title he claims.
Okay, how does that demonstrate the Trinity? How does that demonstrate the Trinity?
Because now we know his name. Now we go to because we kept dish galloping. Now we go to Exodus 20 to 21. Actually, just do 21. Beware him and obey his voice. Provoke him not, for he will not pardon your transgressions. For my name is in him. What is his name?
I don't know.
Oh, now I understand.
You're being intellectually dishonest.
Dude,
I'm sorry, but you talking
how
about
okay. Assume I know his name. Assume I know his name. How does that demonstrate the Trinity?
Okay, 3:14 says his name is he is who he is. He is identity himself. This is the consensus. Now you go to 21. His name is in that angel. What does that mean? If you're gonna be consistent,
I have no idea.
If I am who I am, if the Father's name is also in that angel, that means it means angel is also God.
No, it doesn't.
God. My name's in him.
Is Jesus an angel? Is Jesus an angel?
I say it one more. Sorry, you might cut out for me. What?
Is Jesus an angel?
Not exactly.
Not exactly. You say that a lot.
Exactly.
So you say that a whole lot. But listen, a name is not the thing. A name is a label for the thing. Just because someone has a name inside them doesn't mean they have the thing inside them. That's some sort of weird composition division fallacy.
Not exactly.
Oh my God! You say that so much.
Well, I'm sorry, but going off of what this is, if God says his name is I think the Hebrew is Yahweh Jehovah, if I'm not mistaken.
I mean, God has a lot of names in the Bible.
Sentence in Hebrew.
God has a lot of names in the Bible, and there's a whole lot of gods in the Bible too.
So let's say God's name is Jehovah.
This is how
does that prove the Trinity?
That's what I'm asking.
Well, yeah, this is part of it.
Well, then just show the Trinity in the Bible, man.
Well, yeah,
we found out the name.
Bible. It's not just
how
one
does that
verse
prove
blanket
the
boom.
Trinity, and why have we been talking about God's name? Why?
Because if his name is in the angel, that means
absolutely nothing.
I don't think you are.
Just because someone hasn't, like, my name is inside of your mind too.
Yeah, but it's not the same. It's not the same
It's
context.
exactly the same thing. Names are labels. They are not the thing.
Hold on, real quick. I got this here too. Hold on. How do you put in one verse? I forget.
You just type it in the chat thing.
This.
Yeah.
John chapter 1.
I wouldn't put the space in.
I'll give you a very clear example. John 1. Is it just no space?
No space.
Oh, there it is. So let's go with a more bland example. In the beginning was the Word. The Word was with God, and the Word was God.
All right. So who wrote John?
Who wrote John? John.
So who wrote John?
John.
Demonstrate that.
Or at least it was attributed to John.
It was attributed to John, so John didn't write it.
Well, and it still is written as eyewitness account. Either ascribe a John.
Well, no, if somebody who didn't see the stop.
With the eyewitness.
No, it's not. No, it's not. Because if I'm gonna mute you if you don't stop talking. So, if someone else wrote it down, that person was not an eyewitness.
Well, they write on eyewitness's behalf, which happens.
You don't. You can, okay? Demonstrate that. Demonstrate that.
Discredit John. You're gonna discredit everybody.
Yeah, the entire Gospels are garbage. All 4 Gospels are garbage because Mark is copied by Luke and Matthew.
Yeah, it's called using as a source. No scholar's going to take.
No, it's copied word for word. Every Bible scholar agrees that Mark has been copied by both Matthew and Luke, and John has no authorship whatsoever. It's even in most Bibles that we don't know who wrote John or Mark.
We don't know who. What do you mean? Written in most Bibles, we don't know who wrote John. You're talking about the Tau card, right?
John is one of those that even says that there's multiple authors to it.
Yes, over time, there's
Which means
either
they're
been
not
oral
witness.
tradition
They're
passed.
not
Look,
eyewitness.
see, you're interrupting me now. Come on, be consistent. Either you don't want people interrupting, or don't be a hypocrite.
Well, I'm interrupting for
I'm
clarity.
going to point out here is this: in Mark, for example, it's used as a source. Of course, it's throughout time, the 1600s, and down to
So who wrote Mark?
350.
So who wrote Mark?
Mark.
Was Mark a disciple?
No.
Okay, so how do you know that Mark was an eyewitness to anything?
Well, he was an eyewitness.
Oh, so he wasn't an eyewitness.
Have you ever studied Mark? I'm going to ask you a
Yes,
simple
I've
question.
read it 3 times.
Have you ever studied where he got his information from?
I've gone to the original Greek, yes.
No, that's not what I'm asking. Have you studied where he got this testimony from?
Nobody knows where he got the testimony from.
He got it from Peter.
Demonstrate
Scholars will unanimously agree.
No,
Barber,
they
Richard
don't.
Dawkins, Tom Holland.
You're wrong.
Misquoting Jesus and Dominion, 2 major books who even talk about this. So let's not dish gallop. He gets his information from Peter. Peter as eyewitness.
Can you list the 12 disciples for me?
Not on top of my head. I know Mark, Luke, Matthew, John, or not Luke. Sorry,
Luke's not
Mark. Sorry, Matthew, John, Bartholomew, Peter. That was a Mark. I can't completely remember on top of my head, but that's not relevant to the conversation.
It is because we have
Well,
Philip.
this is deflecting the point.
Stop. No, it's not. So we have Philip, Judas, Peter, Matthew, John, James. Oh shit! It's not all here. John. So we got Peter, James, John, Andrew, Philip, Judas, Matthew, Thomas, James, Alphaeus, Bartholomew, Judas, and Simon. Where did you said it was Peter that he got his information from?
Yes, because Peter is eyewitness.
Okay, what year was Mark written in?
They estimate down to around 50 to 70 AD. So 70
more
at the very
like
most,
more like
50
60
at the very earliest.
more like 60 to 70 AD. So, do you think that there's any way that anybody could have been alive from the 33 to 60 who was an eyewitness?
Yes.
30. You think that a 60-year-old? You think that a 60-year-old person could have survived all that time in that era? You know the average death was 45 years old, right?
I don't know if that's. I don't
That
know if
is
that's
absolutely
exactly
accurate.
correct.
I'll get you some studies on that.
But the thing is, though, if you look at let's see. So Jesus died 33 AD, at least it's an estimate around there. Then 20 years later.
No, 30 years later, and the person would have already been an adult. So like between 25 and 35 already.
Yes, it's what's so outrageous that they couldn't have lived that long. Also, Mark
Because
was an
the
eyewitness.
average death was 45. I'm getting you a study right now. Give me a few seconds.
Because it doesn't mean every single person died at 45. That's the issue.
Well, sure, but the average.
No, I'm saying not every single person.
Sure,
it's
but
not a question that Mark, Peter, Luke, Matthew, John.
But do you think it's reasonable to believe that someone's going to live 20 years outside of the average?
It happens all the time these days.
Well, now we have medicine. Back then, and I posted the link, by the way. Back then, they didn't have even penicillin, so you could scratch your arm and die.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so you think that it's reasonable to believe that someone's going to live 20 to 25 years outside of the average lifespan?
It happened constantly.
No, it didn't. That's
And of
why
course-
it's
and
the
of course-
average.
And again, to make it clear, by constantly, I mean there are like Pliny the Small, for example, lived that long in 77 AD. Let's see. I mean, he made the very first encyclopedia.
I don't care. We're not talking about Pliny.
Pretty far too.
We're talking about a fisherman who cuts himself all day, every day, and could get an infection and die at any time.
Mm-hmm.
And he's going to live 20 years outside of the average, even though he works his ass off every day in the hardest job at the time.
Yeah, who could afford to take care of the elderly too?
Well, yeah. I would also. Well, I would point out this though: the average life expectancy was significantly reduced to the infant mortality as well.
Yeah, they take that into
So anyone
account.
who survived childhood had often much better chance living into their 50s or 60s.
They take that into account when they make these averages.
I'm going to show you the source that backs this. Hold on.
I just posted my source. Look at it.
Yes.
Mine's peer-reviewed. Is yours going to be peer-reviewed?
Yeah, I'm going to get it pulled up.
With, like, incredible... You are really bad at getting credible sources, though. I
haven't exactly prepared for the
Sure, I get that.
psychological level.
Not everybody has a list of all their sources just, like, sitting on their computer like I do.
But then that begs the question, like, is this just stuff you hear from your preacher, and you're just, like, now looking it up?
Oh, no, I mean, I've done my own research, just that one loved one is the more harder to find.
I have lost my weed lighter and I'm pissed. I have a cigarette lighter and a weed lighter because I lose things. And I have lost my weed lighter.
You need more lighters.
I've got a whole package of like 5. I'm about to grab a new one. But I do still have my cigarette lighter, even though it's almost dead. My weed lighter's almost dead too.
I think it's Apostle Fathers and New Testament. Oh wait, why does it only give me books? Why is these fucking?
I'm not
my
taking
notes
the
are-
New Testament for any sources at all.
I know that the notes I have are jumbled up messes.
Oh, got it. Yeah, you should use files and groups. You can search them with the search function.
I'm on a different computer, so that's why.
Got it. I keep
Do you
most of
take
mine.
scholars? Because I have more scholars that back this up, if anything.
Well, as long as it's peer reviewed. I have a Google Drive that I keep that has a bunch of that has like most of my evidence on it, and that's easy to access and it's easily searchable. You should look into it. They're free. You can get like 15 gigs for free or something.
Yeah, let me just get this actually pulled up. I have a few of these. I think it's Bart Ehrman in this one. Hold on.
I'm not taking Bart Ehrman as a source for lifespans because
If it's peer-reviewed, then you would. So.
But he's not in the field. He's not an expert in the field, so I don't take it as a source.
What do you mean he's not? I mean,
He's like Bill Nye. He's just a science communicator. He
Well,
just sits
also,
and-
he's not a biologist.
well, NT right.
He's not a biologist. I need somebody in the biological field who understands lifespans and how to calculate them.
Well, yeah, but you also have like Richard Buckham. At some point, this would go.
Well, what field is he in?
Still scholarly. Like yes, like Red.
Scholarly does not tell me what field he is.
Bruce, E.P. Sanders, N.T. White.
Oh my!
Bart
Stop
Ehrman.
talking.
All
Stop.
of these
Stop.
people
Stop.
back
He's a
that up.
divinity major.
Stop. No, you have to give me a source from like biology or something that they know how to do lifespan calculations. You can't just give me a random source. Dude, I was you bitch. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is stop you for 1 second. I want you to stop for 1 second. I've muted you. Give me 1 second. I'll unmute in just 1 second. You bitched about me interrupting you, and here you are interrupting me. But I just want to say this one thing. You can't just give me a random source that says, yeah, okay, they lived longer than 45 years. You can't do that. You have to give something from, like, the biological area. I've been saying this over and over and over. I apologize for muting you. Also, welcome...
No worry.
Welcome back, Hafsa. I think you're the one that just came in. Somebody just came in.
Well, I can't. Well, okay. I think I can't prove, for example, that
Okay.
specifically a
Can
group
we-
of 12 people live past average age.
Can
I
we
don't
stop
think
for 1
that's
second?
Logical to ask.
Stop for 1 second. Well, I would like for us to avoid using the word prove unless we define it.
I think you said to prove.
No, I never did. I hate that word.
Okay, but still, I think it's a little. I don't think you can prove a group of few Jews or
Okay,
Christians
so can you give me the definition?
lived past 40. I don't
Okay.
think you could prove that, but
Okay,
the
can you-
rights back it.
Okay. Can you... Okay means I agree with you. So, can you give me a definition for the word prove that you're using?
Sure. I mean, you want mine or Google's?
The one that you're using in this context.
The evidence that proves a argument.
You cannot use the word...
And actually, that's the definition Google gives. This demonstrates
it's
the
not.
truth or existence of something by evidence or argument.
Okay, that's not what you said. So you use the word
It's
that...
around there.
Oh my god, you have issues. You cannot... You use the word that you were... You use the word that you were defining in the definition. You cannot do that.
No, right? But still,
Google didn't.
Google does a better job. The dictionary does better than I can. Demonstrate the truth or existence of something by evidence or argument.
Okay, I'll accept that as a definition. Not the thing you said. The thing you said was garbage.
Then I'll give you. You want good evidence? Then I could give you church fathers that back that these are the authors with 100% agreement.
No, that's a biased source. So what you'd have to do is show me some scholarly...
Biased sources don't mean wrong.
But it doesn't matter because you can't demonstrate them to be right or wrong, so it's irrelevant. So what you...
Yeah,
oh my
but-
god,
okay.
you have issues. So what you have to do is show me a scholarly... What you have to do is show me a scholarly source that's peer-reviewed in some way by people who can filter out bias in some way. And whenever you do that, it turns out that John was not written by John.
Okay, so what I'm going to point out here is, again, you would have, on average, during those times, especially during times of Moses, all the way up to the ancient Roman Empire, you would have scribes run your behalf.
So
It still
John
would be
was not
you
written by
as
John,
the
we
author,
agree.
for example.
So we agree that John was not written by John.
Well, there's debate amongst that. That's the issue, too. There's evidence that go both ways. We
No,
just
there's
don't
not.
have a
There is
unanimous
zero
in those
evidence.
cases.
There is zero evidence that John
There's
wrote John.
enough evidence.
There is zero evidence
Early
that
church fathers wouldn't
you
have
have
known unless
fucking issues. There is zero
Why do you
evidence.
just keep yelling over me?
Dude, what is your... Because I have to speak over you. There is zero evidence that John wrote John. Zero.
I mean, scholars
What's
would
your proof
agree
of
with
that?
Ooh.
Bart Ehrman is my source for that. Let's go with that.
I know, I only take peer review.
And what is he? What is he?
He has peer-reviewed papers about
No, he
John.
doesn't.
Okay.
No, he doesn't.
See? See right there? That's what you did
Certified
to me.
authentic, my left nuts.
Okay, let's look up Bart Ehrman on Google Scholar. Bart Ehrman.
You want to know another scholar? St. John of Damascus, St. Athanasius, St. Irenaeus of Antioch.
Oh, yeah, they are scholars. Yeah.
Book.
Yeah, and you know what they believe? In John. They're authentic scholars.
I don't
They
care
believe
about
in
church
John.
scholars. They're biased.
It doesn't...
They're
what?
biased?
Citation.
No,
you're talking
they're
about
not.
church
They
fathers.
base their life off
How a
proof.
forbidden religion swept the world.
And also biased.
You know, there's atheist scholars out there that actually agree with Christianity,
Wow,
that the scholars
dude.
that they bring up are completely dog shit, and that they and this is true, by the way. Atheist scholars, they actually believe John taught of Jesus Christ, but they reject God as being real.
That's amazing.
So it's a matter of fact of those atheist scholars. They don't reject John's teachings, but they still don't believe it.
Okay, so here is Bart Ehrman's peer-reviewed work about the Bible.
Good for you. That's his period work. Good for you.
You said it didn't exist.
What does this
you were,
prove?
that you were wrong.
I never said his thing never did exist. I just said he's a lying cunt.
He doesn't
You said
remember.
he
He was
didn't
just
have-
trolling you. He doesn't have any
You
idea.
said,
I never said that.
You said he
That's
didn't.
not proof, by
you
the way.
Said,
That's not scientific proof
okay,
or physical
so I'm just
evidence
gonna mute you.
of proof that John didn't write John. This is some.
You clearly don't know how to have conversations. So you said, I'm going to mute you too if you don't shut up. So you
What did
said,
I do?
but I'm trying to talk. You said that citation or conviction said that Bart Ehrman had 0 peer-reviewed stuff. This is a peer-reviewed thing for Bart Ehrman. That's all I was trying to say. You're wrong.
Yeah, no evidence. This
I'll
isn't
just give you
fucking
peer
evidence.
review
This is
on
a
my
quoting.
part too.
That's not what you said.
This is a quote from him. Yes, I did. This is a quote from him talking about how Christianity is bullshit. That's not what I asked for. I asked for actual scientific evidence and proof.
No, what you said was
that's
no. What you said was
Bart.
What you said was
from him. That's not proof.
What you said was Bart Ehrman had no peer-reviewed articles. This is a peer-reviewed article from Bart Ehrman. You were wrong.
I just gave peer review all over here, by the way. Peer review all over the place.
Oh my god!
You can't
conviction.
put
You did
words in
say
my
it. I
mouth
heard
while
you
being
say
a
it.
loser.
We all heard you say it, dude.
Plus, it's being broadcast live on YouTube. You can
You're
just
literally putting words.
oh my
in my
god!
mouth.
You can just go watch it on YouTube later.
But moving on though, I gave you Richard Buckham, I gave you Greg S. Keener, I gave you F.F. Bruce.
How many of these are peer-reviewed? How many of these are peer-reviewed?
Yes, they are. Yeah.
How many of them are peer-reviewed?
The ones I just sent you.
I don't want quotes. I
also have
what is
the
this
summary
long
put
ass
on
shit?
too
I
as
don't want
well,
that.
with key points.
Dude, just give me the title of the peer-reviewed paper and I'll go look at it.
No, it's in quotes, big quotes.
I don't care about the quotes. I care about the
No,
title.
I'm saying the
The Gospel
literally a
of
big
John
quote you want from me.
and the Beloved Disciple by Richard Bauckham.
If I'm not mistaken, I don't have everything organized. Do forgive me, that's not right. But these are off of JSTOR Google Scholar, so.
I'm going to go find out who Richard Bauckham is. That's what I'm going to do right now.
Yeah, pretty renowned scholar.
I don't care what you say about him. I'm going to go look.
That's not what. Okay. But also, church fathers are a reliable source.
No, they're not. They're
what's his
biased.
name?
No, they're not.
Bart
They're
Ehrman
biased.
used him. Bart Ehrman uses him too.
Bart Ehrman has a PhD, a scholar.
Crucifixion of Jesus
Dude,
is in John. Look what happens.
You have to stop. You have to stop.
Dude,
So
yes.
you have to stop.
Wait, he just gave you a pretty good piece of good
Stop.
citation as well.
Stop. I have to say this thing, and then y'all can go. But Bart Ehrman has a PhD in New Testament studies. That's scholarly. It is not biased. Well, it's slightly biased, but he knows how to weed out bias. He's been taught. That's what they do.
I've seen his critiques on Matthew. They're biased, very biased.
Well, I don't. I've seen them too, and I disagree. So,
By the way, it doesn't matter if you
and this guy is a historical theology and New Testament
non-biased.
studies, specializing in New Testament Christology. Where did he go to school? Richard Bauckham. Where did he go to school?
Here, I'm non-biased
But also-
in a lot of things, even though I know them pretty well.
Hold on
I'm
real quick.
non-biased in
Wait, hold on real
Christianity.
quick.
Listen,
Wait, hold on.
I'm non-biased in
He is a
Christianity, even though I'm a
seamstress.
Christian myself. So does that make me biased because I know stuff?
You're
No.
absolutely biased, but not because
No,
you know
I'm
stuff.
I'm not biased in Christianity. I don't just choose Christian. So if Christians did this, I would obviously say this is bad. Let's say Christians committed genocide. I would obviously be wrong against that, right? No, I'm not going to stick with the Christians because they're Christians. That's how I'm non-biased, because I'm not sticking with them because I'm part of them or I know something with them. That's
What the
that's
hell are you
biased.
saying?
That's
You're
biased
just-
points.
You're just spouting nonsense. I don't even know what that
How
meant.
am I spouting nonsense when I'm giving a reference to something that actually helps your point, you dumbass?
I just don't understand what you're saying.
Or literally just like the Islamic
Well,
prophet
hold
of
on, hold on,
Muhammad.
conviction real quick. Wait, but I want to point something out real quick. Bias doesn't mean it's they're wrong.
Oh my god!
I never said
Everyone,
it did.
everyone has a level of bias. You can't root that out completely.
I never.
Bart
We
Ehrman
had.
will be, going by
Okay,
your
dude,
definition.
dude,
Bart
you-
Ehrman, wait, don't interrupt me. Don't
Well,
interrupt me.
you're
Hold on,
gish
quick.
galloping. I don't like gish gallopers. So stop for a second. Stop, dude. You're just making noises. You're just making noises. You need if you have words.
Gish galloping, I'm quoting Bart Ehrman.
Hang on one sec.
Wrong.
One sec. I need to talk to. Oh, Jesus Christ. So conviction. If you have words to say, I'll listen to words. But you're just making noises, and that's. I don't want that on my stage. I want conversations with words, not noises. So, I apologize, German, for the noises from Conviction.
I was quoting what you said.
No. Stop.
Hold on, Conviction. Come on, let's be productive.
I'm
That's obviously what you were saying, man.
But I want to point this out. Bart Ehrman is blatantly. If you've ever, what was
Okay,
that? What was the critique on Matthew?
I was trying to
is
talk
what it
about
was.
something else besides Bart Ehrman.
Oh,
We can
okay.
move past Bart Ehrman. But yes, the
Wait,
scientific.
wait,
oh
I'm
my
sorry,
God! I have to
gotta
say
point
this.
out.
Let me
Wait,
say this.
Wait, I want to point this out real quick.
But
You
I
quoted
just
him
have
in
to say
Rebel
one
source.
sentence. I have to say one sentence. The scientific community has a way of weeding out bias. We call it the peer review process. You guys don't have that. Now I'm done. Jesus.
Yeah, we do.
No, you don't. You guys don't have a peer review process.
Okay, but I would argue that bias does not mean you're wrong in any.
I never said that. I never said that it did. I have agreed with you 4 times now. Stop saying that. I agree with you. I agree with you. I agree with you.
I've agreed with you 4 times.
Holy crap. Stop saying that because I agree with you.
I agree with you, dude.
You do see the issue with quoting Bart Ehrman using.
I want to move
definition
past
that
Bart
he's
Ehrman. Is it
biased.
possible to move past Bart Ehrman?
No, but you. What? I'm stating. Are you trolling? Is this a joke?
He is trolling, man. He's illiterate just like the Islamic prophet. It's
I thought he was talking about you.
Oh no, he's not talking about me.
Okay, I gotta leave. I'm sorry, I'm gonna leave because I cite pretty obvious fact that's
Yeah, man, I'm also
unanimously
gonna leave.
Okay, that's fine, but
this dude is an illiterate
that's fine.
monkey.
Dude, Conviction. One sec. So, German, before you leave, please don't leave. I'd like to continue this, but nothing.
Seem like you do.
Well, I mean, nothing. Let me. Well, I mean, you have problems. Let me finish sentences. That's an issue, but still, nothing that you have demonstrated here, nothing that you have shown here, demonstrates the Trinity is in the Bible.
By your definition.
No, by any definition. It never mentions
the Bible.
Conviction. Please, may I have a conversation with German, please?
But you're looking for the Trinity in the Bible. I can get you that.
That's what I've been asking for this entire time.
I got you, brother. I got you. I got you. I got you.
Oh my God, that's what we've been talking about from the beginning. Is the Trinity in the Bible? It doesn't exist.
You're not so clear. You cite like 13 other guys. Oh, here you go. Okay.
Dude, I said the Trinity does not exist in the Bible. That's what I said at the beginning.
Rabbit hole. Forgive me. Hardy har har.
Awesome.
Right.
You are forgiven.
Verses in the side chat, but I put verses in the side chat.
Yeah, so anyway, side chat. John 1:1. In the beginning was the Word. The Word was God. The Word was with God.
Oh, you
John
can't
1,
use the New
2.
Testament.
The same word in the beginning is with God. Nothing that's been created wasn't created except for the
Stop,
Word.
stop.
That's John 1:3.
Dude, you must stop. You must stop. You cannot use the New Testament because that's not where the Trinity would be. You have to demonstrate. You have to demonstrate. You have to demonstrate that the Trinity exists in the Old Testament first.
Okay, but I tried, but you just denied every piece of evidence that scholars use. So,
well, no,
Genesis
you just
Genesis 1:26.
Dude, stop!
Wait.
Conviction!
You
Stop! Stop! I have to talk to German. I have to talk to German, so I'm gonna mute you. So German. Nothing. German. You have issues with letting me finish sentences. Nothing that you showed in those verses had anything to do with the Trinity.
yeah, but because you denied the basic grammar. What do you mean?
Well, no, all you said was name.
No, I mean a little dishonest there. Okay, let's just go over the same verses.
No, because it does not demonstrate the
John
Trinity.
4. Let's go with Exodus 3:14.
No, because it
What
does
is
not
God's
demonstrate
name?
a Trinity.
What is God's name?
It doesn't matter. That doesn't demonstrate a Trinity.
What is God's name?
It doesn't matter.
What does God say His name is?
It doesn't matter.
What does yes? It
Stop!
does. What does
Stop
God say?
asking that question.
I'm gonna
I'm asking that
How
question.
do you prove the Trinity? I'm not going to prove it your way because your way's illogical.
Is it Yahweh? Is the name Yahweh?
Look what Exodus 3:14 says.
Is
Be
it?
honest.
It doesn't have a name in Exodus 3:14.
God
Hey man,
said
can
unto
you just
Moses
can you
what?
just mute German real quick? Just 1 second. I got this, man. German, I got this. Look at side chat and read Genesis 1:26. So it says, "Let us, plural, make man in our image." Our image.
Okay, how is that
It
free though?
implies a divine conversation with the Godhead. So
How is that 3
literally
though?
Our and us. So us
Dude,
and our.
stop,
You have
stop.
Is that more than one? Is that talking about
But
more than one? Yes,
how is it 3? Yes, it's more than 1. How is it 3?
Thank you.
You dumbass.
No, it's more than 1. How is it 3?
Okay, here. Isaiah 6:3. Holy, holy, holy. That's
He couldn't
3.
prove it.
Happy?
No, that's nonsense. Holy, holy, holy doesn't demonstrate anything about a Trinity.
It indicates 3 holy beings.
No, it's just a chant.
You dumb fuck. You're literally just like the Islamic prophet.
Are those holies in quotation marks? Are those holies in
like
quotation marks? Because I think they're in quotation marks.
Jesus, this man is so fucking illiterate, bro.
Oh, they're not. Oh well. But that
You are
doesn't
so
demonstrate
literally
a
like the
Trinity.
Islamic prophet of Muhammad.
That's just a chant, dude.
That's just no, it's not.
It absolutely is.
It's not a chant.
Real quick, Adventure 1.7 real quick.
And one cried unto another and said, Holy, holy, holy is the Lord of hosts. It's just a chant.
It's not just a chant.
It's just what some guy said when he was begging for God's help.
Look at Isaiah 6:3 that this has been known as a symbolic reference of 3 persons. I mean, I could give scholars if you want, but
Read it. I don't have my glasses on. Can you read it out loud?
you want me to read off? You want to read the? Hold on, I'll get the scholar. Hold on.
I don't want to. I have a headache. I don't want to read stuff anymore. Also, I'm going to mute for a minute because I have to piss.
So one thing is, just to quote James White, actually a pretty cool author on the Trinity. The thrice repeated holy in Isaiah has long been interpreted by Christian theologians as a reference as a triune nature of God. This repetition is seen as a fitting expression of God's holiness in his threefold manifestation. The Father, Son, and Holy Spirit, the Forgotten Trinity is the name of the book. Practically, that book, by the way, goes over the entire Old Testament and the references, but also you're not going to find the exact there's 1 and 3 in the Old Testament. You're not going to find that, but you find it throughout the Old Testament. And to give a good example of this, I'll actually get the...
So hang on 1 second. On that holy, holy, holy thing, where in the verses does God say, holy, holy, holy is me?
The Trinity. I know where you're going to get at.
No. I never said the Trinity. I never said the Trinity. I said, listen to my words. You have to listen to my words, man. I never said that. I didn't say that. So where does God tell this guy who says holy, holy, holy that holy, holy, holy means me?
Yeah.
Okay, so one thing is that, and I want to point this out, because I don't completely agree on this, but one thing I will point out will be that many people who study the scripture in Hebrew, usually theologians, definitely not Jews, would also say that often seems a symbolic reference to the 3 persons.
Yes, but where does God tell this guy to say holy, holy, holy because it means me?
No idea. This isn't my point, though.
Yeah, it doesn't say that anywhere. So this does not demonstrate the Trinity in any way.
It does.
Yes, I do want to point out.
I just explained to you how it does not. Should we start from the beginning?
I want to point something out, though. In the Old Testament, you're not going to find there's 1 and 3 God.
I know.
Find the concept
That's exactly what I said in the beginning. That's exactly what I said in the beginning.
And then you don't. And then you interrupt me.
Yes, because I don't agree with the second part you said.
The second part is you find it throughout.
No, you don't.
Genesis 1:26 is one of the best examples to find it throughout the Old Testament. Then God said, "Let us make man in our own image, after our likeness."
That's not 3.
That shows the plurality of God.
But it doesn't show. Stop.
Singular.
Stop. It doesn't show 3.
Why no? I'm agreeing with you.
So my argument stands. My statement stands.
No, it doesn't.
It does, because you cannot show the Trinity in the Old Testament.
Yes, you can throughout the Old Testament.
You agreed with me that you cannot show 3 and 1 in the Old Testament. That is all I need.
Verse or 2 verses.
I win on that statement alone.
Okay, then you're just being dishonest.
No, I'm not.
Then let me finish.
But I went on that statement alone. I just want you to
No, you
recognize
don't.
that.
That means you're not going to let me finish. So you're going to claim victory when you didn't claim.
No,
you can't claim it.
It's
not logical for you to claim it.
I'll let you finish, but I just want you to know that I won on that statement alone. So go ahead and finish.
No, you didn't, because I said you find it throughout the Old Testament.
But you don't.
Not in one verse, not in that verse, not in these verses, all butched up in one little bundle of roses. No. In Genesis 1:26, this is one of the very first references you get to the plurality of God.
Doesn't show
Right?
three, doesn't show a Trinity.
It shows plurality. Wouldn't you agree?
Okay, I need 2 minutes uninterrupted. Okay, stop, please.
Answer the question.
It does. Yes, I've already done that. So listen to me. Listen to me. Oh my God! Stop for 1 minute.
Yo, stop yapping in my ear, Donald.
Please stop for one. Please stop. Please stop. Please stop. I need to explain something that's going to take a minute to explain, and I cannot do it while being interrupted. So may I please have 1 minute?
Go ahead.
Thank you.
No one's taking it away from you.
Thank you. So, whenever the Genesis writers were talking about we and us, they were not talking about one entity. They were talking about multiple gods, because whenever the Genesis writers wrote Genesis...
Oh, no.
I was trying to be uninterrupted. Stop! When the Genesis writers... Stop! When the Genesis writers wrote down Genesis, it was a plural. It was a he. Can you shut the fuck up? I needed 1 minute uninterrupted, and you couldn't do it because you're a dick. So, when the Genesis writers wrote the book, they were under a multi-god religion. They were. Shut up, dude! I have let y'all go on and on and on, and y'all have interrupted me every chance y'all got. I needed 1 minute, asked for 1 minute, and you agreed. You agreed to give me 1 minute uninterrupted, but you did not. You know what that makes you? A liar. You are a liar. I don't talk to liars.
I didn't do anything.
No, I was talking to the guy I muted.
Why did I agree to such acts?
Welcome
I did not agree to such acts, man.
Welcome to the room, his dudeness.
Welcome to the room, man. Welcome, dude.
So anyway, whenever the Genesis was written, the Hebrew religion was polytheistic. Well, it's more closely to henotheistic than polytheistic. But that's multiple gods. They're not talking about the same entity. It's multiple entities, and there's more than 3. There's like 15 or 20 of them.
I want to point this out. The wrong in that. One thing that wouldn't make any sense is you would find the plurality in God's nature throughout the Old Testament. You would find David with the Spirit of the Lord going into his tongue so he could speak clear. You would find the plurality in Exodus where God, the Father, as we know, is talking, saying, "My name is in the angel ahead of you." God, we know the Son takes the form of the angel throughout the Old Testament. We have that with Abraham's almost sacrifice, but wasn't. That's a completely different story. But still, throughout even the studies from even like I think the 50s of the Old Testament, you got William P. Brown, a Old Testament scholar. He doesn't exactly, he denies the multiple God thing, but he does show the plural of what God is. Because again, we look at the scriptures,
and it does not show 3. It never shows 3.
Yeah, well, okay, right there. I want to just I agree with you to an extent.
Not exactly.
There's an extent I'm going to put on that one major reason.
You're saying not exactly.
No, hold on, I didn't interrupt you. Please.
You did interrupt me. Every time I speak, you interrupt me.
I wasn't finished speaking. You just talked over me and then said I interrupted you.
I interrupt when someone says something factual. So
wait, I wasn't finished. You don't know if
you can finish now.
If you're gonna keep, if you say everything factual, why debate?
I posted why it's
I'm just
factual.
gonna leave it. Right? You have a good one.
Dude, you can finish. You can finish. I'm gonna let you finish.
The point I'm gonna make is one verse is not gonna tell you 1-3 God. I agree with you there. Throughout the Old Testament, specifically and namely Genesis and Exodus, those two full books, you will find the Trinity throughout that scripture. And
show me the
verse.
verse.
You push it where when David comes into play, you can find that there too.
Show me the verse.
Well, I would show you again the Exodus verse, but you deny that, so I mean that won't work.
Well, it doesn't show a Trinity at all.
Well, okay, that's okay. Let's focus on the plurality.
No, because my statement was no. Stop. Let me clarify my statement. My statement was the Trinity is not in the Old Testament. That was my statement.
Throughout, though.
But show me the verse.
Okay, there's multiple verses that can play from Genesis to Exodus.
Show me the verse.
I'm gonna make this very simple. I'll make it quick for you, and you can read these for yourself to validate if what I'm saying is false.
I have read them.
Exodus 3:13.
No,
Moses
that's not a Trinity.
What is your name?
That's not a Trinity.
No, okay, you agreed. You can find it. Okay, look, you can find it throughout the Bible.
Not the Trinity. And we're just talking about the Old Testament. I just said the Old Testament.
If there's no convincing you, then why are you arguing?
Because I'm trying to show how you're wrong and how you don't have any support for it. Because the verses that you say,
support.
The verses that you're talking about have nothing to do with any Trinity.
It's talking about okay. I'm gonna point this out. It is I'm talking about overall from Genesis to Exodus. You find the plurality in three forms of God.
You see plurality, but not three. You never see... Dude, why are you just making random noises?
Look, you're moving the goalposts.
I have never moved the goalposts.
You're moving the goalposts.
I have never done that.
Debate that.
I have never done that. It's the Trinity.
Goalpost at an impossible place. I'm
not doing that. Stop talking now. No. I'm not doing that. You just... Dude, Conviction, you gotta shut the fuck up.
Look, he's angry.
I'm not angry. I just want to finish sentences. I'm not angry.
An impossible task.
Dude,
I give
stop.
you where the Trinity is found in one way. You say no. I try to give it to you another way. You say no. If I show plurality to God, it means God's not just a non-triune God.
Dude, you have to listen to me if you want to have a conversation. Conviction? Come on, man. Act like an adult. Ah, you fucking piece of shit. Conviction, you're a dick.
You're a dick.
So, show me your verses. Show me your verses for the Trinity.
For the Trinity.
Show me your verses for the Trinity.
Yeah, show me your verses for Trinity.
You understand I'm broadcasting live on YouTube, right?
You understand you gonna mute me? I'm gonna mute you.
If I hadn't had to shut you down so many times, I could have had a much better conversation with that other guy. You're just making random noises. What are you doing?
No shit, bro. I'm doing this shit on purpose.
I was trying.
It's gonna be fun.
Bellop, welcome. Thank you for coming by. I guess he laughed.
Hello.
Hello, how are you?
It's Billy.
Oh, hey, Billy. What's up, buddy?
Oh, not much. Not much. Merry Christmas, Donald.
Thank you. Reciprocated. So, hey, I happened to see a video online. I don't remember what the name of it was or who put it out, but it sounded a whole lot like you. Do you have a YouTube channel at all?
Yeah, I do.
Really? What's it called? Would you mind posting a link? I'm broadcasting live, so if you don't want to, it's fine.
No, that's fine. It's Vegan World Order.
Vegan World Order?
I haven't posted in ages though, because I've been busy.
Have you ever done like an anti-atheist video?
No.
Alright, maybe it wasn't you. Sounded so much like you. But hey, I've heard a lot of people that sound a lot like you that aren't you.
Well, if you find the video of the person that sounds like me, send it to me, because I'm curious.
I'm pretty sure it was Bridge the Divide just a couple of weeks ago.
What? Bridge the Divide? That's J.L. Warren.
Yeah, I think it was Bridge. It may have been someone else. I don't remember. I have such a horrible memory. Don't trust me on that. I don't remember.
J.L. Warren is just... well...
It might have been. I can go look. I'm broadcasting live, so don't say anything that you might regret saying.
Yeah.
I can stop. No one's really talking, so I can stop recording or broadcasting.
No, it's fine. I have to go now anyway. But it was nice seeing you again, Donald. Take care of yourself.
Thanks for coming by, man. I appreciate it. Hey! Oh, dang. I was going to friend him. Oh, well. He didn't post a thing either. Oh, well. Well, Kalam, do you have anything you want to talk about? Oh, his dudeness just left. I don't remember which video it was. It may not even have been J.L. Warren. I'm just sitting here with silence on my YouTube channel. Nobody listening. I don't even know if people are watching. Probably not. I've had a few good... Yeah, this isn't it. I've had a few good videos that got a couple of views, like 70. I think 70 is the biggest one I got. I love every single one of my people who've watched my videos. Thank you so much, anybody who's watching this. Maybe it wasn't J.L. Warren. That sounded like something fell. Alright, Kalam, I'm gonna end the room since nobody's coming in and I gotta take care of my animals. I'm gonna stop streaming and